Hang on. God damn it.
Alright, don't you damn God. Son of a bitch.
You just like looking at my face.
I did too.
Did.
Once upon a Saturday, a group of friends got together and decided to play D&D. It's turned into this fiasco. Thank you for tuning in. Last time we played D&D, a group of assassins went back and actually crawled the dungeon and killed some ice toads, observed some trophies, gathered some loot, explored some dungeons, rescued a tiefling, Macath the Crimson, red tiefling, member of the Arcane Brotherhood, seeker of lore, decoder of ciphers, blah blah blah. They rescued her, explored the dungeon, got some loot, snuck out, and found themselves back in the Sword Coast at the Blushing Mermaid, I believe.
Sounds about right.
Either way, it's, sexy mermaid on the sign, warm environment within, heating fire, cooking fire, a little bit of fireside chatter, and of course the common darkened booth in the corner.
Nice. Am I in that booth?
No, you're not there yet.
No.
You don't even know what to come back to yet. You might be being briefed on what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm. An odd bit of lore is that mermaids actually do lay semi-permeable eggs, much like fish.
That was odd. I'll give you that.
And secondly, you're not there.
Did you
For you
message?
mammals,
What do you
that
mean,
means
you
they
mammals?
in fact do not have vaginas or uteruses.
That's right. So I'm a
I'm in a
man.
tavern. I've got a tavern.
Fuck it, I'm gonna crack in with.
I'm just seeing the sign.
It's called a cochlea, also known as a vent. That's the common farmer term. They call it a vent when it's a mono hole. Piss, shit, eggs, one hole.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
suck
gross.
it. Take that lore into your ear hole, bitches. All right. So yeah, the way we were thinking about retconning everybody else making it to this fine mission besides Red and Tar and Roslyn having finished crawling and everybody else either going back to Tomendale or staying at an inn on the Sword Coast while this
I think Amber's on her way.
backtrack mission takes place. We were thinking maybe Tar decided to scry on Giron to somehow alert Giron, but we didn't know if Giron had a way of passively perceiving an invisible scrying orb spying on him in one way or another.
So you know that basically a strike team has gone back to the northern dungeon. Where the oh no.
Maybe the retcon could also involve like a pre-discussion of their plans.
Word? Yeah. So
And,
it was just a thing, but if you didn't have it, then here we go.
no.
So the retcon is before Giron took everybody back and stayed gone himself. A discussion took place, and maybe you guys can discuss that, and then we can have a flash forward, or whatever.
To me, scrying on Giro.
Or Giron just coming back at the predisposed time and place.
Ah.
So
I mean, we made it back in good time. There were no delays.
So
If you feel like
you would
guys-
show up at the tavern and Thorgrim Durgan and I guess Brawny as well, are sitting down at a table. And
I like this.
No, we're in the mysterious dark corner.
You want the dark corner? There's
Job insists on the dark corner. If it doesn't exist, he insists that I create one.
there it is.
I'll create one myself.
I will knock
Or-
this lantern off
or
the
no,
ceiling
it's
with
Job,
my
not
own
Thorgrim.
bare
It's-
hands.
yeah.
Oh wait, I
Yeah.
have to keep my gauntlets on
Thorgrim's with
because
Yeah.
enchanted armor.
And Job's just off doing his shit, but we're at the table.
Am I
and
upstairs apparently?
It's the darkest corner. Do you want a darker
No,
corner?
I want to be in a booth. Dark.
just like the next booth
Put 'em
over.
right
Or,
there. That's
Yeah.
dark.
He's in the
Job.
dark corner of your booth.
Although I'm like closest to the bar
I
too.
look up to you and say, "Hello, I expect that you remember Durgan."
Hey, yeah, I was out doing some other stuff, and I just decided to come and check up on you and see how you were all doing.
Trust me, he does not mind that we murdered the Emperor in cold blood.
Or two of the
Wait.
spectrum dragons. What color dragon? are
Okay,
you
so, blue.
Blue.
Another dragonborn, eh?
He'd be with that guy in worship, I think.
Yeah.
Bahamut?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. The
Base.
platinum dragon. You
Yeah.
guys know
Oh,
that's
the
good.
lawful good platinum dragon with lore that I know about?
Wow. Nice.
Damn.
But yeah, I'll introduce myself to you and maybe go and order some food.
Durgan, Job.
Oh yes, you two haven't met. And
World.
Yep.
Wait,
Praise him.
Bahamut. The
When
only one.
dragons are awakening.
man, this damn Bahamut.
Converting the world.
It's all about Jesus, guys.
We
Praise him.
we ride
Job,
ride on
roll
bicycles and
a
knock on
religion
people's door
check for
and
me.
tell them about Bahamut, our savior.
Well, that's
Yeah,
not
20.
Nice!
Plus,
So-
plus like 6.
That's a good start.
Yeah, so you would recognize and hopefully appreciate the lawful good religious values of worshippers of Bahamut,
No, I'm intolerant of other religions.
but you would recognize and appreciate something about it. Like your intolerance has to you have to cave a little bit to get along with the group, right?
Okay. You guys are semi-okay even though you're blasphemers.
Like totally call them the N-word in your religious mind, or even to their faces, but do so in such a way that you don't get yourself murdered unless you're really looking for it,
you
because now
guys
you
are
have,
only semi-heretics.
you have 2 level 12 paladins who could in literally 2 turns kill you before you even take your turn.
I disagree. These heretics couldn't touch me.
And here starts the PvP.
Yes.
Wow.
Heresy!
I do believe that in theory they worship the same god as you. However, I guess you are ignorant enough not to know about the creative spark from which your god came. Would you like me to inform you?
No.
He's going to tell you how Primus farted and created your god.
I do
The
not want
third-
you to inform me,
The
Gira.
third left
Gearhead, shut
portal
up.
of Bahamut was lost in a long drawn-out battle. In its drift through the void, it became the clay in which Jesus, as you call it, was born.
No, that's not how it went. Giron.
So, Cornish
No.
hens? 1, 2, 3,
Wow.
4.
All right, everybody dig
Cornish
that.
hen?
Everybody dig what Giron
I
just
don't
said.
need to eat.
I don't dig it.
No, Tar. Roll wisdom check. Just straight up wisdom. And whatever bonus is.
19.
19. You are going to barely grasp this concept that I'm going to drop on you. Okay, so Giron's implying that a toe of Bahamut that was cut off in some ancient battle before Bahamut was finally slain and then resurrected as the god that is worshipped as Bahamut, his toe became the clay that became Adam and Eve, that became the offspring, that became Jesus, who was then slain, etc. and so forth, to become
My people
Job's god.
believe that Obad High was made of an antler and wolf pelt. So
They're probably right.
But you're grasping something, but just barely. That was pretty fat. Way to go, Giron.
So Cornish
You
hens.
speak heresy.
Maybe some hot water. I make tea.
Preferably the sedative kind. Jesus Christ. So introductions are made, sort of.
You're all right.
Durgan, you grasp that this is Job.
Yes.
He loves Jesus.
He loves Jesus.
This in your.
Uh,
If you
That's
accept
true.
Jesus, he'll take that hatred away.
Jesus, give me strength and patience.
Yeah. No
Mostly
hatred
patience.
here. Only love. Except for when it comes to other religions, you know.
So, what did you find in the lair of the frostworm?
This, and I opened up the haversack, and you just see like a bunch of shining diamonds and rubies and other shiny shit.
And you also see that they're accompanied by a
Tiefling.
red
and
tiefling
this.
female,
We have a red.
kind of shabby looking but bookish. She probably was wearing nice clothes and had like
Closer.
a really
Does anybody have a
nice
tiefling?
like fur cape and
Somebody bring me a tiefling. Ooh.
just tasteful,
Tiefling.
modest dress.
I turn to her and say, "You seem to be dressed like one who is homeless. Give me exactly 1 minute." And I cast mending.
Yeah, so every 6 seconds or however many seconds you can do mending.
It's a cantrip.
And,
It's however
yeah.
long it takes.
Yeah, so over that period of time, in a couple of prestidigitations, she's tidied up. All the dirt is like swept away, and the whoozy whatsits and whatnots that can get tangled in one's hair because they've been living underground for about 3 years in a
Good.
cave.
Now you are fit to actually travel with us.
She gives a polite curtsy and a nod and says, "I do declare thank you, Mr. Giron.
You should be thanking me.
You have tidied up my dress and mended my clothes. How can I ever repay you? I thank you so much, and it's so nice to make your acquaintance."
It is to make your acquaintance too. And I believe that you can repay this debt through a certain duration of servitude. Let us start that at 25 of your Earth days.
You don't have to agree to any of his demands. He
Unless
just
you're
would
a
really
heretic.
appreciate it.
Thank you, but no thank you to the contractual offer. I've
She's
heard of your
smart.
type. You are a warforged?
Yes, it is rare that I come across one of these meaty beings that actually knows that term.
Well, both of us have ancestors from other planes, do we not?
I believe that what you are trying to imply is correct. However, it is incorrect in that I do not have ancestors.
Do you have a creator?
I, of course, was created.
Was he not created?
He was also created.
And was his creator not created?
That depends on
Steam
your
coming out of
definition
him.
of creation.
We need to see steam coming out of his ears.
All of us were created by some divine being or another, whether it be through divine your neutrality or your contractuality. I understand you intimately. I hope that you can get a spark of my divinity, which some might call humanity.
Hey, T.
Yo.
Can you catch the door? Thank you.
And Giron just kind
Is it
of
the
like,
flag?
well, it would be an expression, but metal face and all.
Robot.
So it's just the metal irises just kind of pinpoint and then widen back up, and I look back at the group.
I think he and I have an understanding. And you, Mr. Durgan,
Yes.
it's very happy to meet your acquaintance, and I see you, and he introduced himself as Thorgrim Red, and I kind of like the color red. I just very happy to meet you, and so pleased to know that you're here to help my saviors.
Of course, I will never turn down a person in need.
It's good to know.
Well, wait till you see the road.
Been a town guard
that's a new
for
one.
too long, Durgan.
Yeah.
I'm full chaotic neutral now, so
Oh.
yeah.
Did you finally lift your curse?
No.
Oh,
How many spells can I prepare in a day?
I'm pretty sure that you just
How many
need
spell
greater
slots do you have?
restoration to lift that.
Oh, that's a good question.
So where's Paladins?
So
So it might be one page.
This
Once
way.
per short
Yo,
rest,
Trevor.
or
So
Fourth level
you have
spells for
No,
level.
just
4
once.
first,
no, I mean I get that
the
once
white
per
one,
short
Yes.
rest.
3 second,
Three,
Oh,
third.
yeah.
and no fourth yet.
Yeah,
no
you're...
fourth yet.
Yep.
Okay. So it's only
You
like
can
one per.
literally-
Alright.
So you
Repeat your
get 10
curse at
spells
any
though.
time.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Doesn't.
Alright.
And you can have
Trying to take my
multiple.
What?
You can
Of
have
one.
Yeah, multiple of one. So like
But I
you
don't
can
wanna
have
be chaotic
4
good again.
spells prepared,
Neutral's
and you could
been
potentially
suiting me just
throw
fine.
all 4 of them or one of them 4 times.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yo.
Maybe
Trev.
part of the curse is you just not realizing that you
So,
are even cursed.
I have
It's like,
Crusader's Mantle.
Okay, good.
Did you pick that one
Sure
up
do
too?
No, I just read it.
Cool. And I
Vengeance
also
from-
picked up
Somebody
Dispel
with
Magic.
divine sense or something
I didn't
could
get that.
detect that you were
Alright.
cursed. It leaves a mark.
Let me see what.
So
I-
somebody-
I probably know I'm cursed.
Make a check.
I definitely know
Would
you're
I know
cursed,
he's
but-
cursed then?
No.
It's
That's a
gonna be
2.
like just
He
straight up
doesn't know
wisdom
he's
Full
check.
2.
You currently don't remember.
I
If
mean,
you're
there's
cursed or
probably a
not.
bonus, but I like that 2.
Yeah, play
Fine, just fine.
play it. It's like the rogue that forgets
I
that
got
they
an 18
have
plus
uh,
5.
One
whatever
bonus.
talent, you know.
Did you get
And
blessed?
it's like they just can't roll anything
Did you
below
take
a 10.
bless at all?
I've been
Okay,
looking
what
out
was
for
that?
everybody
Oh,
else.
yeah,
I'm not
plus
really
5.
worried about.
18 plus
I want
5.
to see one of you guys.
You take a look
Um,
at Tar and you see like a spiritual scar, for sure.
I did not
Protect
pick up
evil and
Bless.
good.
Alright. No worries.
Can
Just
you
trying to-
detect a curse with that
Can you detect
spell?
neutral?
I don't know. Guess that's a good question.
I think it's
Because I'm neutral.
fiends,
You detect
celestials, and undead.
Well, the curse in
something.
nature would be evil, right?
You would spellbook.
It's a curse that caused major madness, and major madness can be cured through greater restoration.
It could accidentally at some point be cast, or a greater restoration
Yeah.
could be cast to restore like
I did that on
a
purpose.
broken antler if he was vain.
Were you
Made the
grabbing
check.
that book?
Huh?
Player's Handbook?
Or he could become petrified and have the curse. No, because petrification
second
is a
time
condition,
around,
and you have to cast it multiple
Ooh.
times to. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, you don't know right now. He's looking that up. Anybody else want to do anything while this introduction is being made?
I'm gonna drink mead.
Absolutely.
That's
Tar.
I can't remember what the bartender was like.
Tar ordered
So
5 chickens and
There'll
some
be a
hot
fresh
water.
bartender.
Yeah.
tonight.
I think she was a spot.
I'm down for some chickens.
I have meat.
Several
Yeah,
entire
he has
chickens.
meat, I suppose.
Well, no, like Cornish hens. You know, little young chickens.
You're ordering them?
Yes.
Like cooked or...
Yes.
Uh,
I'm a special kind of druid. I gave up on veganism years ago.
Yeah.
just lack of
Because
energy.
you're a deer.
So it says within it, it says you
With
know
canines.
if
What an
there's a
interesting
place or
druid.
object within 30 feet of you
Read.
that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Okay, so it's
Have
Yeah,
I been
it's
branded.
cursed. It's different.
What about detect magic? How do you detect a curse?
There's a spell called Detect Curse. You might even have it. You're a fucking cleric.
Isn't
I don't
Leon
see the
Hams
detect curse.
25?
Don't make me
plus
do
half of your
this.
paladin
Do
level?
it.
It's
There's no detect curse in the
you
rule
can-
book right
No, it's
here.
like 50,
Yeah.
and you just
Yeah,
heal
I'm looking
5.
at, I'm looking
then
at
as much
detect
as you want.
good,
Yeah.
evil good,
Or,
detect
that
magic,
didn't really make sense, but,
detect poison and disease.
you know,
Detect
heal a minimum of
thoughts,
5.
detect
You
poison
can heal 50 at
disease,
once
detect
if you
magic,
want,
detect
but then
healing
it's like
good.
it's like a pool of heals that you use.
Okay, so I get 50 Leon.
I'm gonna check
Hands.
detect
pretty
magic
sure, yeah.
for the duration.
If you have 50 lay on
Healing
hands, I
magic,
do too.
healing,
Yeah.
invisible
I feel like that
magic,
makes sense in level 12.
school magic, convenience,
Well,
let's see.
It should.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 'cause, like, it
Oh,
level
it's
1,
it's your
like
paladin
12,
level times
so-
5, so we'd have
Yeah.
60.
Oh, 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a nice little pocket of HP to have on hand.
But if you heal someone for just 5, no matter the number,
Yeah.
it's gonna cure disease and poison. Yeah,
I'm
you got it.
pretty sure, too, that you can drop that into undead as straight damage.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hello, Lich.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking
You just get
true for a
fucking
second.
bum rushed by paladins.
Yeah. All right. Next game, party of 6 paladins.
100, yeah, so I was
Yeah.
actually discussing with one of the paladins, it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure 2 level 12 paladins could complete this entire quest by themselves. if one was Vigilance for DPS and the other was like more on the protection side, yeah, it's like they could, self-heal, generally speaking, for their own hit points, generally speaking.
Yeah, we're both vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys are just major DPS, but like, that's fine, you have a cleric in the party most of the time.
And if I'm not using my spell slots for smiting...
Detect Curse is a divine divination spell.
It's not in the rulebook, man.
Well then, perhaps you won't be able to do it, unless you make a really high check.
Oh,
That's too bad.
is it from Xanthar's?
So 23 wasn't high enough wisdom check?
Not for this one, because it's so benign. He just got it's actually
Charon,
a
who knew what the
ranger spell.
consequences were.
It's just like
And there's a couple others. I
Like
don't-
Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
Bane is a cleric spell, I think, if it's not.
Or no, that's bless. Yeah. So bless with, but that's not in.
Yeah.
No, I think I got this.
So some of those are cleric spells, some of those are ranger
Pretty much
spells.
like the arcane version of Druid.
But it's just, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
super utility.
Yeah.
So what's the...
So balanced.
What's
So
the
if you guys
balance?
throw a penny at Cthulhu when you roll, you might get a 20.
So
Are you just trying to take our change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got change. There's a change bucket over there.
Change.
Change,
There's some change.
change, change.
Or do you just want me to throw things at something that's not your forehead?
I kind of like throwing things.
I'm not drinking tonight, so probably won't
Change.
throw a bunch of bottle caps at you.
So I forgot to put how much damage my smite does per level.
It's a number of D8.
I got that. I always pretty much keep this here.
All right.
So
You guys have
had you answered me about what else happened? Like we kind of talked to some redhead, and then what else happened?
We rescued her. That
Okay.
was-
so a tiefling, black hair, not so shabby of dress now. She
Okay.
looks like she's
Okay.
wearing like a fine traveling clothes.
Mika.
Macaw.
Macath, the
Macath.
Crimson, and apparently she's a most proper Southern belle. I just kind of went with it when it happened. So,
All right.
improvisation.
Tar likes this tiefling.
I do declare your antlers are so tall, Mr. Tall.
I don't really know what to say. She's got horns. I've got antlers. You know, she's like
Totally
a goat
different.
person.
Her
kind of
horns
a
are
goat
always
person.
there.
Oh yeah, when do I lose my antlers?
Seasonally.
What's the season? Does that mean I know what season it is?
Yes.
That's awesome.
It was recently spring, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
So-
like maybe into the bottom end of summer.
So yeah, it's like on the long side, we're like 3 months into this adventure, and you guys have killed adult dragons. Like that teleportation and your guys' ability to like have fair weather or even bad weather that drives your ship forward. You guys tend to
That
like,
worked nicely.
yeah,
We got there in 3 days. That was
Yeah.
killer.
and like did you not at some point do like control water to make your boat go faster?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. Just retardation.
What's up, elementals?
Yeah.
So,
How many days has it been since?
3.
I don't have enough fans to keep
3
track of
days.
that shit.
3 days.
No, like, we need, like, a IsItSaturdayYet stats site. If somebody wants to autistically go
Somebody-
through and, like,
please.
watch all the videos and count how many days have passed since...
Somebody go through
we
and watch
started
all the
recording.
videos.
No,
Yeah.
since last.
We need
session.
ads. We need 100 subscribers. We need that URL.
How many days has it been
Yeah.
since last session?
Last session...
3 days.
No.
No, it's 6 to travel there and 6 to travel back.
So it's
a
been
total of 12 days.
It's been almost 2 weeks, 12
It
days.
took us 6
Alright,
days
I
to get
used
there?
divine
Thought it took
intervention.
3.
Did you take this one, the level 3 spell?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what is your prayer?
My prayer.
I'll take Revivify.
RP it.
In another one of these great worms.
You mean the dragons?
That's what he said.
He said worm.
That's what he said.
But I do.
With a Y.
I have the location in this gauntlet.
Goblet.
Every
Uh,
time.
And where you're at right now, the eyes light up nearly due east.
Yep. East.
East?
I thought you
Yeah,
said we.
you head east towards Queast.
2 parts unknown.
We're not in the original continent currently, correct?
You
We-
are on the very northern coast.
Oh, okay.
We also need to get back to the Oasis and bring Crimson there for the people.
She does need to reconnect with one Ms. Silverhand to
To go east.
well, McCaskies needs to get back home essentially and check back in with her handlers and discuss her enslavement, possibly seek some counseling, you know.
What do you need?
Definitely counseling.
And you trust the thrall of a worm to...
This is not the thrall
Not-
of a worm. She went seeking.
I'm gonna order some D8s right now.
Who's pointing fingers?
All worms, I guess.
He's talking shit on Dragonborns.
Oh.
So you trust the thrall of a great worm.
Isn't she a
I
tiefling?
I
She's a
need...
tiefling.
Complete symphony.
I do not believe that you understand what I'm trying to say here.
Then you can stay here.
No?
Yeah,
We need our transportation.
we can walk.
I'm your car.
Baby, you can ride my car.
We are not walking back to the Emerald Oasis. For all I care, we can leave now. Well, no, I take that back. Have I had my tea?
Have you
Do
had your
you
tea yet?
understand the
You've
psychological
been talking long enough
braiding
to have some
of a
boiled
great
water.
worm?
I can buy an elephant, right?
Are we in a time?
There
We
is
slayed it.
no amount of magic
Not on this
that
continent.
could heal this poor
But if it
woman's
was in-
mind.
So we'll leave her
Or
with
yours.
the Dragonborns. Tell
You
me what
guys
do
are
with her.
made for each other.
She came from the Emerald Oasis. She traveled all this way. We might as well take her home.
And she spent how many years
3.
in servitude?
3.
I say we don't
Is
take
it that
her
long?
back to the
Mr.
Emerald
Giron,
Oasis.
I spent 3
I have
years
other
in service
questions.
in
I believe you.
bookish pursuits. I knew my life was forfeit if I did not do what I did, but I was not mishandled. I was handled as a thing, but I was handled as a delicate instrument, a translator, a decoder, and some of these materials that I've been studying are actually materials stolen from the Arcane Brotherhood. I was able to spend 3 years of hard study and translation for my own benefit, which the old White Death never even thought of me. He set me to a task that he had a mild obsession with versus his vicious appetites. He had his intellectual pursuits, but he knew the great worms are great.
Could you give me a perception check? Or not a perception, but persuasion?
You want to make an insight check, or do you want me to make
oh, I guess you don't actually
Do I
have
think
to
she's
roll
lying?
anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and insight that shit. And that's a 20, not natural.
her story is convincing, and like you believe it?
Fine.
I
Just so you know, my intelligence is 9. So
9?
when you're talking about like worms and great powerful worms, I'm just thinking the little tiny things that burrow into the ground. And
You don't realize it's a slur for your people?
Exactly, I'm that stupid.
I'm 11. He's behind on 11.
Oh, make a perception check, or insight.
Alright.
Yeah, like what's your wisdom? That might be a little bit better.
My wisdom is +4, but I rolled a natural 6.
So that's 10 right there. Are you proficient in perception, just in case?
You mean insight?
Yeah.
If
If it's not bubbled in, you're probably not.
No.
Okay.
No.
So yeah, with a 10, you would still probably know just through living however many years. How old are you?
I don't have an age.
What is your background?
I was
Are you an acolyte, soldier, farmer?
guard. I was like the head
You
guard.
were a guard? Okay. You would know that worm is a slur for dragon. With a 10 and your background, you would know that worm is a slur for dragon. But you would also know that you're dragonborn, and your dragonborn ancestry could be however far back, so take offense if you like, or not.
I won't take offense.
Yeah, you're probably harder than that as a guard. You probably had much worse abuse.
Yes.
Guard captain in Southampton? Yeah. Pretty...
Southampton.
Yeah, you've seen some shit, and you don't care what this robot thinks, because there's a robot like that would polish your boots if you had enough gold.
Oh, a robot.
I just like to say robot.
You remind me of Zoidberg when you say that.
I say some shit just because it's esoterica like that.
Yeah.
I have invoked Zoidberg on you just by saying robot.
Wow.
I could make it really bad by saying, no, I don't believe the robot.
Roll persuasion.
Zoidberg.
Fucking meme magic.
How does that work?
Fucking,
That's how it works.
Oh, shit.
Alright, so,
So I suppose it is time to teleport to the Oasis.
Yep.
Sure.
do your check.
18. So
Hello.
I did it.
He did it!
Went straight there.
So you guys teleport to an oasis, which you may or may not have been at within the last couple of days, because Giron went and collected you from wherever, probably like Tomendale, because that's like the general hangout. You had one of the magic users there send him a message, and you found your way to come tag along for this particular mission.
Yay!
And
Thanks for the invite.
yeah. So, yeah, you find yourself at the Emerald Oasis. It's beneath, and on top of which was built a ziggurat in its worship, and the oasis used to be populated by blue dragonborn who would worship and pay tribute to the blue dragon, but they were liberated by Yuan-Ti and other such lizard folk, and then time passed, and then the oasis was taken by humans, and then as humans are fucking cucks, they let black dragonborn move in, and through governmental subsidies, etc., and so forth, they were driven out of their own. They were driven out of their own neighborhoods, and they decided to move on and actually live it up rough in the desert. And they became the Desert People, which recently united underneath a single priest who came and unified them under the lawful good religion of Bahamut. And they've recently begun doing trade with the Dragonborn at the Oasis, who were a little bit less industrious than those who chose to live in tents out in the wildlands. And as the seasons come and go, they come and set up a tent city outside the Oasis for like a long period of trade, and then they go back and wander the deserts and fields that stretch on to the west, all the way to what most people believe to be the firmament or the edge of the world.
That's cool.
It's just some shit we made up.
Dude, it's cool.
Is Seamus working? He's the bartender.
Oh, okay. If he's the bartender, oh yeah, he is the bartender at
Wee baby
the Emerald Oasis, and the name of the bar is the Dragon's Nest.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Hey, we take our notes, we regurgitate them to the DM. He remembers some of them, and here we are. Oh Christ, Seamus has seen y'all. Well, not in but a fortnight or so.
It's been some time.
Has he seemed?
It's been a while.
Has he seemed sad upon?
Hey, where's our bard?
The
Oh.
Sounds like our sorceress is here.
There is a sorceress afoot.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, we'll take a quick break and grab some snacks and treats and smokes and blunts and. If it's a fail, I still maybe I'll do the opposite.
I like it.
Maybe
You
somebody
better be
else.
careful what you
Maybe
ask.
somebody else answered your prayer. Like you wish a lot, so I don't want you to be wishy-washy. I'm gonna give you consequences.
Why
So I
would
wanna hear
God
your
punish
prayer.
me if I didn't like?
Tom,
That doesn't make any sense.
Because if you're a
I'm
selfish
really
bitch
hoping
and
for that
it's
crit
something
on
that
level
another
3
deity
smite.
might give you and it ends up
Mhm.
being a curse.
I can't wait to get a crit.
Like,
on the
why can't
level
it be
3
fun?
smite.
You have
Yeah,
22
it's
AC, what's gonna happen? You have
Yeah.
a bunch of level 12s around you. What's gonna happen?
Yep. Oh, you at least need another D6.
I just don't think that's how the rules of the spell work.
I'm pretty sure the intention of a divine intervention is like in the middle of a battle that you're afraid that you're gonna lose, you cry out and in the heat of the moment something happens and then it can't help but be good if it gets answered. But if you fail and you do it like every week,
I worked 13 hours yesterday. I don't know my name right now. I'm here.
Yeesh.
That'll be me on the 16th.
I'm saying is like, what do you
I
want?
had
You
to.
crash on the
Make
futon
a
if you
wish.
need to.
Roll.
I want
I'm directing the front.
a dope
After work
ass
tomorrow,
yeah.
shield,
Doing,
normal, like an actual physical shield I can put on my arm.
Nope. Anyone else?
55.
I'm like, I don't even want to touch it.
You do not see a shield. Your shield is still your shield.
No shocks.
Yeah, no,
Weird.
it didn't work.
Just every time you get a chance. Hey God, still waiting on that shield.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Don't
And
be
then
hearing
God's
me
like,
laugh,
yeah, you keep praying for that shield.
Yeah.
And there's some people who don't have a shield.
Yeah, but I'll be their
And that's
shield
why I stand in the back.
when the time comes up. And they
I've
also
got some
praise
hungry
Jesus.
vultures to feed some starving children to.
I'm the shield of Jesus, bro. That's my duty.
I got a spell that'll get
These
plus
vultures
2
are going
AC.
to get fat on your corpse, and then some pygmy is going to eat them.
Yeah. Someone's praying for something somewhere and you didn't hear it apparently.
Or deserve it.
And the traveler's just like laughing to
Stop it.
himself. It's all just fucking chaos.
Yeah, maybe I'll change my.
She's like,
Do you have a deity? You're a druid. You
Obed
like
High.
you
she's
pray to
all over
grass
that
and
with my
shit.
jacket.
Obed High is grass and shit and axes and death.
That's
Totally
what I
different
said.
dog at the house.
And
At the shop,
feed
she's all
on
like
a
calm.
barely trodden path.
But here she's
Yeah,
just, what's going on?
that's right.
Super curious.
that's what she was waiting for.
Now get out. Hey, now get out.
Move. One.
Good talk. Bye-bye.
She knows.
Bye.
She's like not even offended. She's like, he never
No.
talks to me like that. I guess I should go.
They're non-recognizable.
So,
She
do
knows
we
this.
have business in this oasis? Or
I'm
should
acting
we-
Seamus right now.
We can go to the
Don't
soup
We
guy.
are completing our quest, Kieran.
You gotta return the
Yes.
top.
I like that.
So,
We're
Seamus,
dropping off Market.
have you
Why?
seen Zanabon?
Oh well, first, don't you know Miss Brawny's still here?
She's usually quiet. I think she's been here the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was thinking she just stayed at the hotel. Y'all are back at the Oasis, and she's
Yep.
like, hey.
Just
Kept the bed warm.
out in the desert.
There's a lot of black dragonborns around here.
Better that she said it that
Oh,
way.
you're
than
blue.
what he said.
Yeah, I know, but still,
I'm
them
green.
black dragonborns
Here, put
acting
this
like
in your
they're
mouth and
entitled
suck.
to everything because of the past.
Anyways, you here?
Thank you.
These dragon
Oh,
balls
I
did take your
What you want me to
ancestors'
grill up for you
name.
tonight, Miss Roslyn?
The usual. He should know the
Kinda
usual by
moves.
now.
No,
And he
like
uses
the
a little
poles of
crane
this
and
planet.
lowers the giant cast iron skillet onto the grill, and he's like, steaks for anybody else?
Yes.
Two for you,
we
one
just
for
ate.
you,
I'll take like 3,
You were just at a
three for you.
and I give him a
Another
gold.
tavern.
Actually, I give him 2.
Teleporting makes me
This is
hungry.
what we live for.
Teleporting makes me
You just
hungry.
like toss a handful of diamonds at him.
I've got gold.
Like, oh, what's currency anymore?
Gold. I have real gold. I know what gold is nowadays. I'm level 12, I'll have you know.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I've got
Um,
3K on me.
Just don't knock anything.
and
off
all of
the
a sudden,
shelf.
Job shrinks.
Wow, you're short.
For a stormtrooper.
And
For an astronaut.
he throws like a side of beef on this gigantic smoking cast iron pot pan. It's deep, but it's gigantic, so it looks shallow for its size. It's like, you know, that cast iron pan that I make everything in. Well, it's a lot bigger than that. It's like almost the size of this table. And he takes like a side of beef and just like puts it on this smoking hot pan and lets it sit there and just char for what feels like forever if you're hungry, and feels like a good long tantalizing time as you smell the liquefying fat. Seamus to put it back in. Put that thing away. Contain yourself, man. It's just a steak.
I really like steak. But I'll do it. I'll stop.
It seems like it's about 2 hours later, and he like carves up this side of beef that's pretty much just sat and simmered in its own juices, and then got just turned over, and like the kitchen area has like become engulfed in like this beige brown smoke. And you get a feeling that like part of it's going to be like just smoked, like not even like cooked, just smoked. And he just carves off like gigantic cuts of meat, like just straight off with like this shimtar into like onto your plates, and it's like just dripping blood for Miss Rosalind, and cooked however y'all like it.
Thank you, Seamus. You're a good man.
I'm just here to give the people what they want.
Thank you, Seamus, but you haven't answered my question yet.
Oh yes, Mr. Zataban. He's been in now and again. I think they're waiting for you. I think if you all present yourselves, they'll probably have a meeting tonight or tomorrow, discussing.
Discussion.
Is that Miss McCarth? It's not often we get well, one of your types around here. I do declare it's a sight for sore eyes. I never knew I'd make it back here. It's good to see you, Mr. Seamus.
Yeah, I guess it's been some time.
So I'm gonna look at everyone and say that we need to go meet with the council.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Did all my spells this morning.
You won't need them there.
No, well, I can get the truth out of people.
You won't need them there.
What's he guess?
You people.
You might need them there.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be the odd man out with these.
Actually, Geralt, you're gonna stay
Dragonborn.
here.
No.
It's good to have you along.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay here.
Let's
Yeah.
compare spells. Let's use a better
You're
quick.
gonna watch over Giron.
What?
That's why I have ready my spells.
So are we gonna head there
Yeah,
immediately?
Shield of Faith too. It's so good.
I'd like to
Well-
cast Disguise Self and make myself look like a...
Hell
They already
yeah.
know who
So we'll
you
give you
are.
+4.
Oh, that's right.
They already
We've
know
talked to
who
this
most of
one,
you
right?
are.
We can
Giron doesn't go
combine
there because
plus
he can't
four.
The
shut
first
up.
time I
No,
disguised
is that
myself.
work?
I don't know. We'll have to
I
ask.
could
He's
disguise
gonna try and go.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Give yourself a really nice mustache.
You're like,
Does Shield of Faith stack?
Yes.
Two people cast it.
Hello,
No.
Council.
I only took it
Very
from him.
good to see you again.
You can do it for yourselves or each other or someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Twirl your stick around with
That's
your
all right.
little cane.
Oh, I feel so wrong. That French ancestry. Just go away.
It just makes you look happy.
Are we
Do I
playing
look
D&D
funny?
or are we talking about genetics here?
So
Thank you.
roll straight up luck check for your dead drop to contact Zataban the only way you know how, because you're a dirty rotten thief and you don't have any spells to send messages yet.
What is luck check?
I'm just
Fighter
telling you,
knowing
just
thieves
roll a
can't? Like, what's
d20.
going on?
That is a 12.
12? My god, it's not a 15. Alright, you do a letter in the dead drop just on a chance that it would contact Zataban faster than anything else, and just you make a perception check, Rosalind.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Weird.
And oddly enough, you know for a fact that your letter is not going to be retrieved or received by Zataban, but you catch eyes on the thief who is going to snatch your letter.
Could I intimidate him?
Roll a strength check.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. 22. Oh, wait. 26.
26. Yeah.
Hang on
So, one more roll for me, and then I'm just gonna explain what happens.
Okay.
Roll a stealth check.
Oh, no.
Your dex is good too, so
22.
yeah. All right. So you do your dead drop, and you just get the feeling that it's gonna get snatched, like by somebody that's not like the intended recipient. And you see the scrawny motherfucker who's gonna do it, and then you stealth yourself, sneak up behind him and snatch him as he's grabbing your letter, and what do?
Put it down, you little bitch. That'd be great.
Just like that?
Yeah, just
no,
like
no
that.
yelling, nothing?
No.
Make an intimidation check. It's charisma based.
20.
20, Jesus fucking Christ.
20.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I already rolled it over.
Amazing.
Please, miss, don't bite my head off. I didn't know who you were when you just dropped it. I was just kind of like following. I know this is dead dropping. I was thinking maybe it was going to be like a ransom or something, and I could, find myself a cut. But, I didn't even get a chance to read it. Please don't kill me.
I lower him down, and I just say, give it to me. And I take it away and walk away from the guy.
Who are you trying to reach? What's your deal? Maybe.
Is that a ban?
Oh, I can get word to him. That's easy.
How can I trust you?
I'll come back with him, or he'll contact you promptly.
No, there has to be some other
We don't
wager.
together.
You're taking something of
Yeah,
mine. I need to
we're
take
chilling.
something of
And
yours.
there's 3.
Hey,
Well, you can keep your letter. I'll just bring him back.
I can use Zone of
Who are
Truth.
you?
Do it.
Well, where are you at? She's doing like a dead drop, and she's already technically snuck away.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Criminal background.
Okay,
Yeah.
so never
I
mind.
thought we were all there.
Yeah, I thought we
She's
were all
not.
there too.
She's
Um,
Okay,
bailed.
never mind.
Actually, no.
The back alley.
Make a insight check.
That's
3 steak.
21?
Mistake.
You feel like
What,
he's
Daryl?
scared to death of you, and
He's jealous.
Your
He can-
jaw
He's-
function does
he's
not
willing to do anything for you to
support
not kill him.
proper
Like, he'll go put his life on the line
mastication.
trying to
Yeah,
track
these
down his
interesting tiny
bands
canines
and bring
though,
him back.
Okay.
Because technically I'm a humanoid.
He asked
Go
for
get
nothing
him.
but his freedom to go do it.
Meet me at the dragon's egg.
So you're a
Dragon's
Or
nest.
dragon's nest.
that eats meat.
I'll be back with him or with word
Would
on
you
where he
mind
wants to
if
meet
I,
you.
Could you
And
open a
he
little
runs
lighter
away.
There? And it's kind of.
At that rate, I'm gonna walk back to
On
where I
one
told
of
him to
your
meet
two.
us.
It's
And
pretty well stuck
I'm just
in
gonna
there.
go wait at the tavern.
Hmm.
They're
They're
real.
real.
Sit at the bar
They're
for a little
real.
while.
So, do you eat venison?
You wait like
Well,
2 or 3. Well, like the deer that
As long
he
as
eats
it's
don't
not-
talk.
yeah. Well, they talk to me, but
Yeah, but they don't speak
just
giant
choose to
or
ignore
common.
them. Or
And-
Sylvan. They might speak Sylvan.
So read your Furbolg ability
Deciding
because
whether
it's
I
pretty
should
dope.
Switch out
But
a
I know.
spell for something else.
no, but read it for him. It's dope. But
Maybe even
I
that
wonder
one, too.
sometimes if you understand it because I think you'd probably do it more often if you
Or
did.
Shield of Faith as a
I just,
stack.
you know,
Or I could give protection from a certain
try
type of
and-
creature.
give everybody
Instead.
a chance.
It might be better than...
That's true
Plus two
too.
AC.
You're a very nice player.
I'm just going to do that.
All right. So you wait a couple of hours. Oh, what's everybody else doing? Like
It's
so.
down here somewhere.
Y'all are like sitting around the bar, having drinks, having dinner, hanging out, talking, and then like
Well,
next
so
thing you know,
plants and
Rosalind's
animals
gone.
understand me, but I kind of understand them.
So you're kind of like the Lorax. You speak with the trees.
And I tell them to shut the fuck up.
Awesome.
Or it's like brace yourself because this is really going to hurt.
They can handle it.
So, while we're just waiting around, I guess I want to challenge the Robit to a arm wrestling competition.
I don't know if he'd even participate in that. Good luck to you, sir. Role play.
What would be the point in wrestling with our arms?
To see who's the strongest, and I'll just like flex my pecs.
It's a test of strength, Garrett.
Yes, test of strength.
I say,
Rosalind,
I
you notice like when he
suppose
flexes
so.
pecs that his wings kind of like flutter a little bit too. It's kind of gay.
That sounds pretty good.
No, I just flex my wings, and it's just like abs, like on my whole entire wing.
Well, you know what? Here, we'll give you guys this center table here.
All right, yeah.
And we
Will
go
I
to
even
get
be
set up
looking at
at the
them if I'm
table,
sitting at
and
the
I
bar
cast
Well,
a
like,
at the bar?
large
you're
person
hearing-
on myself.
You're hearing this arm wrestling contest, and like you
it's
turn
just like
around
a
and
look
look
at
at like this
table.
show of
All right.
whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
All right, roll off.
Masculinity.
So because I'm large size, that's advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just enriched myself.
That is correct.
Nat 20
So-
plus 0.
So 14 plus
You
my
guys are awesome.
strength.
So plus 3.
Yeah, so 17.
It's a really
Yeah.
close contest, but Giron's robot arm overpowers yours, and what happens is like you guys are kind of pretty much in a vertical 90-degree lock for a good couple of seconds, and then you hear the servos in Giro's arm, and he just goes right over the top, and then just pushes your bitch ass arm to the bottom. You suffer no injuries or anything like that, because in a close contest like that with two strong people, the guy with the weaker biomass sometimes hears a sweet little pop sound, and then your arm's broken, and everybody like kind of like, and some really cruel people do one of these,
Mhm.
but that didn't happen to you, lucky.
Okay, so I am going to shake your hand and finish my meat.
And Tar all the while has like mead coming out of like this keg up on his shoulder, and he's like just pouring cups for y'all. And your steaks are ridiculously just smoked or extremely rare, just the way the Dragonborn ordered it. And
We're probably down to a half keg by now.
I got
back
a
to
keg.
that meter.
and Rosslyn comes back right about now after this show of masculinity, and you take a seat at the bar.
I think I'm more like
Maybe
a cleric
next
than
time we can shoot
Artificer.
my gun
What?
here.
I think I'm. I think I'm more like a cleric than an artificer.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, Red, what are you up to?
Oh, I just realized that there's spells available to paladins beyond vengeance, so I'm just doing some paladin homework.
So after
I think that one.
his conversion
There is more
from
than
Jesus
vengeance.
to
You
Bahamut,
bags.
Red has discovered a new fount
They'll
of
learn.
power and spells, and he's been pouring through the tomes that are readily available about the past of Bahamut, and he's been seeking the ancient lore of the Platinum Dragon, and he's discovered a font of new powers.
Durgan tossed him like a fucking Watchtower pamphlet or something.
Way better. Just the little red New Testament, where all the power really comes from, if you know what I mean. And the cleric to Jesus just sits there all fucking swollen drunk.
Literally.
What if I wanted to go out and fucking spread the word?
You gotta know the word before you spread it.
Spread the word all day
Fucking
by
blasphemy.
punishing
God bless you.
heretics.
When is our meeting? I'll help you spread some word.
I want to go punish some heretics, damn
I'm not
it.
doing shit.
And by punish them, I mean
Yeah.
send them to hell.
Yeah, the Crusades. I gotcha.
Could I go out and ask around for enchanted vendors or someone who is skilled at making armor and stuff?
You can
I
ask
am
them.
here.
You can make armor?
Mm-hmm.
That is my primary function, yes. However, I am suited to making fine equipment of any sort.
Well, what do you need for plate mail?
Plate mail. I'm sure we already have several suits back at camp.
He turns plain old plate mail out like hamburgers at McDonald's.
Okay, well,
Like, it takes me 8 hours to build my crazy fucking alligator construct.
oh, okay.
So,
What would
let's,
you need for, I guess, mithril plate or mithril chain?
I
walking
would
to
need
NPC.
mithril.
Mithril, alright. Well, can you make me a pickaxe?
A pickaxe?
Yeah.
I'm sure that I could make you a pickaxe.
I'm pretty sure there's somebody who could
I
loan
hand
you
him a
the money
pickaxe.
for like enough mithril.
I have a
Like
pickaxe.
any
Do you
one
need
of
a
these
pickaxe?
people could
What is
buy you
this?
that for
You
cheaper than he
have
can make
a
it
sack
possibly.
full of
Okay,
diamonds.
okay.
There is
Like
that
y'all be
correct
rich.
So I should just go
Got
find someone with enough mithril.
11,268
Yeah.
gold worth of diamonds.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you
I
ever
think I
seen
got
a
enough.
pickaxe made out of solidified diamond?
In Minecraft.
Sword.
Yeah.
Can you see my sword?
No.
You cannot afford.
What is this? Craft of mine?
Would you like to?
Can you make me a diamond pickaxe?
If anyone can, that would be me.
How much diamond would you need for a diamond pickaxe?
Roll an intelligence check.
3?
Roll an intelligence check.
I don't really do that. 6.
Roll an intelligence check.
So that would be a 14. Wait. No. Sorry. That's a 18.
Wow.
Giron tells you, as you kind of seem to have like short-circuited, that at minimum
What?
we would need the equivalent in volume of diamonds, which I believe you have in your possession, but that is the minimum.
Which is?
Like 11,000?
The minimum in volumetric value, not gold value, volumetric value.
But you seriously just needed a pickaxe?
No, actually, if I could just buy some mithril and you
Yeah,
could make
right
me
there.
some mithril plate.
What?
Really?
I could do
Well,
that.
could you just...
I could even enchant it.
How much mithril would I need? Should I roll an intelligence check?
Well, what do you want? Like
Plate mail?
plate mail?
Here's a pickaxe. No, I
Okay,
need some
so
mithril.
like out of game,
What?
this would take us several days of downtime in game. So I guess it depends on just how directionless we are at the moment.
Okay.
We have to go to a meeting.
We're
in
trying to
how
go to a
long?
meeting, but I'm waiting for somebody, and you guys are just yakking
Well,
off
I'll
in
just
the
get the
game.
So
mithril
if we-
now,
yeah.
and then we'll do it later. We'll make it when we have downtime.
All right.
Okay, so
Which you guys can decide.
So if you
about
want
that in a
to,
moment.
you can RP looking for mithril, or you can defer to see if there's anybody else want anything else to happen while you guys are waiting for either the messenger or Zadaban to show up at the...
So Garon's actually gotten way more interested by this whole materials acquisition side quest,
Mhm.
and so I will not be attending that meeting.
That's fine.
Okay. Alright, so I was rolling evens rods, Zadaban versus the bandit, we'll call him.
Oh, shit.
And
The bandit's fine, I intimidate them.
so it's within a couple of hours, so Giron's like essentially like,
Good?
it will be about 16 hours till most of the shops in the general populace will be open, and if I do this such attack pattern, circumventing such and such traffic congestion, so on and so forth, efficiently, I can investigate the entirety of said quadrant and understand exactly where the guy who's got the mithril, if there is any around here, by such and such an hour. And so he's already got his Asperger's. No matter what, he's going to follow this route around the fucking town. So he'll be done at about 4 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, and he'll know for sure exactly where, if there is any mithril, is for your plate mail, and it'll be done in about 6 days with an enchantment of some sort.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we haven't gotten there, but
it's just whenever we get done.
That's his Asperger's. Like that's Giron's life for you. That's how he thinks. I think about how Giron
Yeah.
thinks because that's the only way I have any chance of even hitting anybody in this group. You guys are so mean to me. I love you.
Well, just in case you do come across it, I'll give you 10 grand in gold to pick it up.
Yeah, we're gonna do a materials acquisitions cost, and
Yeah.
it might be
I can math some.
it might be
things.
around there, and then he also makes things cheaper for some reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
We'll
for
math that out
crafting
when we get
armor,
there.
Okay. Try not
it's
to
a
sneeze.
quarter of the time and half the price for my crafting armor.
Nice.
And I have expertise in all of the tools I know, which is pretty much...
essentially, he's the guy you want to row your rowboat from New York to England,
From my grandparents.
Okay.
From your
because something about the size of the boat versus the motion of the ocean, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Essentially, he can do like 4 times as much with a quarter of what it requires.
Damn. That's efficient.
Yeah, it's retarded. I love it. Like, I'm so glad he's my robot too.
Then I'm a
Arian
campy.
thinks.
So, do you have windows?
How is Arian doing? Has anyone been to?
Oh,
Shit,
he's
man.
just trying to get over seeing, like, the worst horrors in the unknown universe.
You could check on him. You have that.
You could scry on him, which I'm gonna do a roll for.
I'm gonna scry on Arian.
What time is it right now?
I don't know.
7:19.
I know what season it is.
Not literally.
Yeah, it's about 7:19
I
in
hold
game
my
time
hoof
too.
up to the sun line. And
All right, so you scry on Arian, and you're in the same time zone. So it's like evening time, and he's like kind of just in your mind just failing to like spit roast a rabbit. Like he's not.
what the fuck is he doing to that rabbit? Okay, I put the orb down. I'm done.
It's not that awkward, but yeah, he's got it on the spit, but it's like it's not even like fully flat, and like he's just kind of got it like just sitting there on one side for like way too long.
Boy's gonna starve without us.
There's people
But
there.
like he doesn't seem like gaunt or anything, and you see that he's like just trying to take independence, and like he's only 17. This poor human, he's so retarded.
Poor kid.
I'm actually pretty young for a furbolg too.
But you're not 17.
I'm 34. Furbolg lived to be like 700,
Yeah, they're like giant kin. They're amazing.
so I'm like 6.
10.
All right. Anybody want to do anything for the next like 15 minutes, like in game time?
No,
you
I'll
wanna
just wait for the meeting.
So all the while, Roslin's been reading, and so it's been about 3 hours, and so you can mark down 3 hours from your book.
That makes 11.
Yep. And it's about that time. Make a perception check. And then Tar's passive perception is 18.
19.
19. Very nice. Very nice.
Maximum wisdom.
All right. Make a perception check as well because he's stealthed real.
Okay.
He's stealthed real good.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna like this. 23.
23.
21.
You still neither of you
So-
notice. Like those rogues though. And so
Yep. He rolled a 31.
you feel a tap on your right shoulder, and you look right,
every single day,
and there's nothing there, and you look left, and like there's the snout of like this black dragonborn Zadabon, and he's like,
I just kind of.
So
I smell him before I see him.
yeah. So like if you were sitting next to her at the bar, like that happened, like, and so he says to you, Roslyn, I hear you are looking for me. And then like 15 minutes later, you're already talking to Zadabon, but 15 minutes later, like, I caught him for you.
I give him 2 gold.
Wow.
He like is speechless, eyes as big as saucers, and Zadabon like just shoos him away. He's like, you can go. And
That's worth
over the
2.
course of that 15 minutes, Zadabon tells you that really nothing's been going on around here. The desert has become like more temperate. The oasis has become more green, like trees that were like dead were like they're like in the nearby proximity. There are new palms growing.
I kind of just stop him there and point towards the tiefling.
And his eyes get big too, and he says, "And there's been much talk about you and whether or not you were going to come back alive. I'm glad I'm first to know. There are many platinum with my name on them."
Are you sure you don't want to collect silver? I mean, I just kind of have a hunch nowadays with the Empire and the state that it is, and you could take platinum. Silver might be the way to go.
What one platinum is like so many silver, and I already have so many silver, so
Right?
roll a persuasion check.
I can't do it.
Yes. 19 plus. Nah, not much.
Do you have any
One-
silver you want to sell?
Unnatural 20. No. Do you have any platinum you want to buy?
How many platinum do you have?
Give me a sec. 4.
Somebody do the math for me because I
Tom.
don't want to.
I'm a Garon.
Giron, 4 platinum to silver for me, please.
That would be 400 silver pieces.
Hang on. Hang on.
It's 10 gold, so that'd be 40, and then 10 silver. That is correct. I agree.
I'd like 460 silver.
That's
for
11
the
silver pieces.
15%.
Taxes.
Oh, no, you got it. For all 4. Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
give you
yeah.
400.
Can I intimidate him?
10 to 1 conversion.
Do you really want to
Shields.
threaten violence with this guy?
Don't.
I can't.
You want to do a persuasion check?
Is that the same thing?
It's both charisma.
I guess that's better. 12?
Flat cost. I see no fluctuation in the market except for it going up. Things are only going to get better now that you slew the dragon, yes?
And the Emperor, but, you can collect as you'd need.
I do not know what you mean about the Emperor. I mean, you say he's dead. Is there not going to be a new ruler to bring stability? Do you not
So-
have a line of succession?
If
There will be
we put
someday.
about 500
No.
gold
No.
diamonds into this crafting,
I'll take 400.
in addition to all the mithril costs, I can pretty
Tomorrow,
much load it
when we
with
have our
lift
meeting.
warding,
Noon.
so that
At the usual
if you
place.
ever die,
The
the
Oasis?
suit of armor will immediately cast
The big
over
tent near the
500.
oasis. The usual
That'd
place.
be dope.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Would cast what on him?
It just if he dies,
there anything
it brings
else?
him back to 1 health.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Is that when we're all
Yep.
meeting?
Okay.
At noon?
That's perfect.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Go for the undead.
No
hour.
more questions.
I'll go and get a good night's rest for the meeting, I guess.
Undying paladin.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
read more.
Okay.
Unless you had something else.
Yeah, so you have about 4 hours, so
Yeah,
you have to go to
on
sleep
auras.
to get a long rest in
Yeah.
before.
So I have 4 hours.
You can add 4 hours of reading if you want.
I'll just sleep in. Or go
And
to
then,
bed early.
if you don't plan on doing anything, you can read for an additional 4 hours and take a point of exhaustion and get a half rest. Or you could just read all night and take a single point of exhaustion as well,
But I can't
which
count
is an
that.
additional 12 hours.
I'll just take the 7 for now. I'll space it out.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have 7 hours left? Could read all night.
Could. But I don't want to
Exhausted
exhaust you.
fighter. Oh, I have an anal bead for that.
What
Yeah,
do I
there's
do?
also haste.
I have haste. And an
Fine,
anal
fine,
bead.
I'll read all night.
Kiss it.
If-
You have a feeling, after you finish reading this book, that next time you do something, you're going to have a very strong feeling that you've, made it to another level.
Okay.
You have a deep understanding of like the peace that you have within yourself. Like you feel confident. You feel like positively affirmed in who you are and what you want to be when you grow up. Do people knock?
I didn't hear knocking, but I
That was
did
me.
hear.
That was me. I said something now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, we got a game plan laid
There's a
out.
rumbling.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything all night long, or
I'm just getting extra sleep.
anybody keeping watch? Anybody want to go out and get a tattoo?
I am always alert. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Giron is taking the alert feat, so even when he's resting,
Okay.
he's watching.
Nice.
I don't know if I could afford a tattoo, but I would certainly try.
It's something I don't have the stats for right now.
Don't you
So-
have the book?
We'll
Where's the book?
Actually, I would like to get a tattoo. Bahamut on the streets, Tiamat in the sheets. And I want to get it just a little tramp stamp, like right where my tail starts.
You are so disgusting.
Tar is so down.
Alright, roll an investigation check to see if you can find a tattoo parlor.
Can we
No,
either
that'll,
can we either
that'll
each
forsake
roll,
my god.
or
I'm not
can
going
I
to do that.
Okay.
can I give him guidance?
You could.
Wait, that really might mess up my,
So if we're both going, I mean, why not?
Because it's sacrilege.
yeah, sacrilege. I might have to...
You don't think that Bahamut would think that's funny? Because it's pretty funny.
Body's a temple.
Oh,
So
you're a lizard.
Yeah,
So is Bond.
so... I'm a lizard.
maybe
Oh.
they.
What's your point?
My body's a temple.
I thought yogis would
Be
piss
quiet.
on each other when he said that.
Yeah,
Just safer that way.
they definitely piss on each other.
Sorry.
I'm so tired. But I'm here.
I'll get the tattoo.
Have him like paint your scales platinum.
Investigation check.
Are you going for it?
4.
Plus. Intelligence.
So I got like 5.
You have trouble finding a tattoo parlor. Like you find a couple of churches, like a few booths with like pamphlets being passed out to like, you know, the devotion of Bahamut, and you start feeling guilty while you're looking for this tattoo parlor, and you know like the high charisma of the joke of the tattoo, but you begin to think better of it as for about 3 hours you still cannot find a tattoo parlor or anybody to tattoo you.
Yeah, I'll just, I'll give it up and feel guilty.
Okay.
Could have had tar.
Well, I mean, even if I gave him, my whole
You
intent was
could
to
have
go
just
with
rolled.
him.
In general.
Guidance would have been +4, even with advantage. He's not getting anywhere.
He wouldn't have made it over 10,
Yeah.
which is like an average look for a tattoo parlor. Which around here in Grass Valley, you could find a tattoo parlor around almost any corner. And meth if you like.
At the tattoo parlor.
Possibly.
Oh, what a place to raise your kids.
I love
It
that.
used to be.
My parents were
D&D, guys.
born here.
So,
D&D.
do we already have the meeting? No, we.
So you have till noon. So there's hours in the morning
Yeah,
too if
we
you
can
guys
stop
want
you, okay.
to, you know, get lost.
Well,
Go looking for stuff.
yeah, we got to find that mithril.
Yeah, pretty much we gotta find the mithril, and then however much that's
Yeah, they were
going
doing
to
the
cost. I
Boom.
still, for some reason, can't find the mithril and adamantine info in the books. It's like this rare gem that occasionally I fucking find.
It's not
But,
in the index.
Don't you have the mithril on
I'm
there?
not on with them.
But don't you have the card?
On you? Mhm.
Oh, but
You
I
can see
meant,
the stats.
yeah, like they do have some.
Some info on it.
When did this come? Last time?
No, we made
today.
that.
We made that today.
Yeah, first time.
Well, I watched
Is it a
Will
box?
and it is a box.
It's a wine box.
It's a wine box.
Very nice. It's
Actually,
perfect.
hang on, your tape's coming undone right here.
Oh no.
Penny.
I need some packing tape to really, seal it
White packing tape.
clear.
Fudge packing tape
Yeah.
is what you need.
Heresy.
Heresy.
Oh, it's taken me every bit not to do it. Sorry.
Heresy.
Blasphemy.
So all I want to do is kill some heretics. They're everywhere. Travel with the
Or you
bunch
can
of
just
heretics.
pull a cost for that out of your asshole.
Okay, so I've got the cost right here. What's medium armor cost? You have that list, right?
That's in the player's handbook.
Trev, do you still have that that
I'm pretty sure
Viking
that it's
helmet
like
The what?
with the horns?
1,200 gold
Oh, yeah.
for full
You need to
plate
bring
or
that.
something.
Like, look at your
But
dwarf.
so
Oh, that's true.
perfect.
That's very true.
all right, so
2,400
2,400 gold.
plate.
Yeah, I want it to be
It's
plate.
1,500. So that would be 2,400 gold worth of mithril.
And then whatever it costs to, yeah.
And to make +1 item, and then we're going to imbue a glyph of warding into it, so that if he ever dies, it'll auto-cast Revivify on him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that, after my Durka math, will be like 500 gold worth of diamonds on top of that.
Okay.
I hope you're rich.
So
Yeah, I got a lot of money.
2,400 gold plus 6 days plus Durka math 500 gold. So 24.
Do you want me
5.
to make the crafting rolls for
Of
him?
course.
How many rolls would you like me to make?
Where you knock over my thing again?
We're gonna go 6 days, so 3
Oh, my
rolls because I don't want to do a bunch of rolls, and then whatever your intelligence is for the enchantment as well.
Yeah. So,
Are we waiting 6 days?
suppose so. And I also have him helping me, my dwarven friend
Yep,
here.
they call me Forgeman.
Red Forgeman.
Oh,
D&D.
jeez.
Wow.
So
What the fuck are you doing?
I got
You can finish your book.
I did.
16, 16, and 19. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Oh, sorry. 17, 17, and 20.
Okay.
I goofed there.
Still fine. So it's not your best work. You know you could do better. Everything's like functionally speaking, like completely on point. Everything aesthetically pleasing
That's why you
to
can't rush a job.
the normal man is completely on point, but there are like manufacturing, like, oh, there's a scratch here that you didn't completely polish out. There's this particular seam that's like functionally perfect but aesthetically imperfect.
Got a little wave in it.
Just that kind of stuff that to the true autist they're going crazy, and to the true enthusiast they're so fucking stoked, like just like
There it is.
it hits the inside of the the spot that protects your cod piece.
Enjoy your magical mithril full plate.
Yours.
So that gives you an extra AC than what mithril normally would, or full plate normally would. And then You also don't take disadvantage on your dexterity checks
Show me.
in Mithril, like you normally would in heavy armor.
Okay.
And if ever you die, it will auto-cast Revivify on you.
Thank you. You're a talented man. I'll have to rethink things about you, Garon.
And of
Alright,
course, I'm just
So,
talking
that's
to
6
you,
days. Who wants to do what in 6 days? You guys definitely go to a meeting.
For a day.
For a few hours out of a day.
I'm just pounding on that anvil.
I'd like to continue to update the map.
I think I showed you the map yesterday, or not yesterday,
And I
last.
have a the captain's cartographer's kit, so I can get like a more accurate
You can do nautical,
idea of where we are and where we sailed north, and yeah.
so you can do nautical mapping as well.
So
Alright.
soon we'll have another map.
So yeah, we're gonna take our map,
Check out the map.
and then we're gonna take another map that already exists, and we're just gonna do this with it, and then we're gonna cut and paste and put our map like right on the very bottom
Yep.
southern
It's
point,
just the tip,
just to see how it feels.
That's cool.
right?
And then we're gonna have places like Baldur's Gate.
Hooray for
and-
free apps.
Yay! Yeah,
I know, Rosalind. You should practice magic.
it'll be
You should
lovely.
practice some things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hang out with you. It'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, so it's at this point that you guys are out looking for the materials that you have successfully turned into. So we're gonna rewind 6 days, and we're gonna be at the council chambers, the large tent just outside the brick and mortar edge of the Emerald Oasis, the city of. And it's there that you see the silver helms and the silver hands and the other members of this council. And Zadaban's there waiting at the opening of the tent, like with excitement for you guys. And Macath is on your tail as you walk in. And as you all make your way in, you are greeted by a standing round of applause and a small cheering section. There's not a whole lot of people in here, but of the 25 or so people that you usually see, there's probably an additional 15 or so. So you got about 40 people in this tent now. 6 or 7 seem familiar-ish. You don't know all their names, but you know there's like, you know, the lady who's of the Arcane Brotherhood, and that other lady who she's like a noble or something, and she's probably in with the Arcane Brotherhood too. And Zadaban represents the Thieves Guild, and there's this guy who seems a little too uptight about rules and stuff. There's a couple of people that you kind of recognize. But generally speaking, you're just kind of wondering, like, well, we did all this stuff. We got a bunch of gold, so we're not even wondering what's in it for us. Like, what's this Inquisition about? And are we going to get paid a ransom for this tiefling girl? I can see that look on Tar's face.
We can hold her ransom.
We're not gonna hold her ransom.
She might be into
Shut
it.
up. We're not doing it.
So after the fanfare finishes and
Give her a
you all have
cut.
had your interior monologues about what you
Same.
think about all the people that I'm going to look up right now. It's about this time that Zadaban like kind of comes up to the front and like kind of brings you guys up, and there's this kind of assembly, like a long table, and there's people like behind it, and there's kind of an audience on the other side of a barrier, and it looks like more of a makeshift courtroom than it does like a meeting hall. And Zadaban approaches like the bench where there's like this panel of a number of people, the members that you recognize as the council, and he says, Rosalind and her team have brought back Makath the Crimson. She says she knew of the Drakhorn in the north, but it was taken by the dragon cult nearly 3 years ago. That is all I know for the moment, but Makath is alive, and we can talk to her later, but she needs her rest. But I present to you Makath the Crimson. And she kind of saunters through the barrier, like last of all of you, walks very slowly up towards the bench, and so like you all are behind her, and she's a couple of feet away from, like maybe 6 feet away at the most from the person who's directly in front of her, and then the rest of the people are like standing up to like get a better view and like leaning over the table to see. It's like, is it true? Is she really alive? There's a lot of like murmured conversation, and she says, "It is true, I am alive, and I also come bearing gifts." And she gesticulates towards Utah and you, Rosalind, and she says, "I have recovered much of the library, if not all of the library, stolen from the Arcane Brotherhood from the raids of the Great White Death."
I pull a couple of them out of my bag.
"And I have also made many translations and decipherings and interpretations of much of the lore contained within." And like she pulls out some of her own notes and, you know, says, "And, you know, some of my research is in with them." And there's more like hushed conversation and like some gasps and whispers. Anybody want to get in on some like, "I wonder what they're saying" type whispers? Anybody? Yeah. Perception checks. Anybody? Somebody?
We're making armor at this time.
Yeah, you guys are making armor, so we.
I'm not going to say anything right now.
Okay, perception check though. Anybody?
19.
19.
I got 12 plus.
Are you with them making armor?
No,
No?
I was
Oh,
at the
you were
meeting.
Okay, you're coming
I was
on.
at the meeting.
Okay, 12.
So that's not counting my other stuff.
Okay.
So 12, 13, and I'm proficient in it. So at level 12, my proficiency bonus is what? 4? So for
17.
yeah, 17.
17. Yeah. All right. So you get some whispers of like, "Oh, I wonder what it all means," but there's not a whole lot that you like really catch.
Great.
But you do notice with that there's a couple of people who like are like literally whispering in each other's ears, and you kind of wonder what they were saying.
I got
Can I
this
move
gem here.
closer to
It's
those people?
like fast because like she's going on talking about like her research, and she kind of spouts off about some stuff that you already know about the 5 dragon masks and their suspected last locations, but
Wish him
all of
short.
her information is really old. She's
Wish
been
him
locked up
short.
for 3 years.
Mhm.
So, but the freshest information you have is that the Drakhorn was captured about 2 years ago by the Dragon Cult. So you know that is an avenue if you choose to hunt down the Drakhorn. But you also know that the Goblet is leading you to the east.
Yeah.
All right. I need a moment. Oh, wrong E-device. All right. That pretty much sums it up for the meeting, I think. But
Okay.
I gotta look. So, is there anything you want to do after the meeting? You have literally 5 more days.
I want to practice whatever this newfound feeling is.
Okay. Did you want to do some of your experimentations with your friend who may or may not be proficient in magic?
Brownie? Yeah.
Alright. Have you, IRL, not in-game, have you done any research on any of the magic that you're into? Okay. Take a moment, grab a player's handbook if you don't have one. We got copies all over the place.
There's one right here.
Okay. And go through. You already know where you're going. Go through the Bard level 1 and look at some stuff there. And if you find a cantrip or something to practice, it would definitely be useful if it was one of Brawny's cantrips, if the Bard is allowed to know it. That could be something fun that you guys could practice, and we'll do some roleplay.
There's disguise self.
Bardic inspiration.
Earth tremor.
Or, one of those feelings you've been getting is the want to express yourself either in spoken word, poetry, music, or a musical instrument.
She drops me off of her roof.
Just identify which is strictly Bard Wizard.
That's good.
Figure out magic out of
Jimbo, am I looking at the right one?
that. You guys have a bunch of them.
Is that a Bard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm not even that.
So is it
Oh,
this
sorcerer,
spot,
okay.
the first, right?
Yeah, so you'd have a number of cantrips. Look at the abilities and things that you get at level 1.
Well, it's casting
That's true.
Bardic inspiration.
I'm thinking where's the benefit as far as that goes.
Bardic inspiration is usually song or word based type of inspiration.
And then the spell casting.
So spell casting. So like finding a cantrip, preferably one that Brawny knows that she could maybe teach you.
So, don't you know children?
Depends on
There's a couple
your
options.
definition of curse.
Isn't that a first level spell?
A cantrip.
That's not a cantrip?
Oh, a cantrip.
First level spells are not cantrips.
Dangerous enchantment that has a really high.
Oh, I guess that would be different.
I'm on.
I suppose. What would you like? Enchanted?
Maybe down the line, potentially a shield.
A shield. That is actually my specialty.
Curse it up. Holy symbol of negating.
Do you want to check this? Okay, cool.
Just make you cursed items that do nothing when you use them.
No.
No.
That would be safe.
I keep all the good bonuses, just the bad side of them don't work.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Curse and
Literally
shield
says used for
fucking,
practice.
takes a lot of work.
I bet it does. I could.
Something where
Did you want this back?
I'm just holding on to it, yeah.
I could do you a really, really big favor. Because I currently ain't got, no money.
Would be difficult to procure materials with no trade goods.
Friends.
What are you trying to get?
He's got like no spending money there.
Yeah,
And
Light.
this is like literally my first time being back since we were level
Mage
8.
hand.
I got some dough to throw towards a follower of Bahamut.
Mending.
Oh, it's a lot of money.
Minor illusion.
yeah.
So, you could
What about minor illusion?
help brother out.
You don't have that one?
I do believe that I have
But I do.
many pounds of scales
I
from
can
a
practice
blue
it.
dragon. If you would like something fashioned out of dragon leather.
You can make a humanoid illusion with that.
Is that considered some? Wow.
Pizza lemmings.
Hard pass.
I don't blame you on
Okay.
that one.
I do like that one.
That's kind of
So you just go here.
morbid. Just wearing my ancestor.
Your belt's not made out of real dwarf, right?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on your definition of real.
Like flashy
Do you
dwarves.
have dancing lights?
I just kind of lean into the dwarf.
The armor that I made for him is made out of squirrels,
It's like nighttime. We're about to sleep.
rhino,
You
I
have
turn into a
mending?
squirrel,
unicorn.
and then I'm still wearing my leather armor.
Yeah.
What?
And I draw
So
my
that means we get to
scimitar.
break something.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
So he's just
do
a
that.
skin grafter or something?
No, pretty much his armor changes size and shape with him when he shapeshifts.
Oh,
I'm a
gotcha.
squirrel wearing leather armor.
Nice.
Warrior.
Yeah.
Nice.
A score.
I'm a squarrior.
Squirrels are vicious. I dig squirrels.
I would like to
Also
travel
known
up
as
his
skugs.
pant leg and use my scimitar on his manhood.
Mine?
No, you turning into a squirrel running up somebody's pant leg and using the scimitar on their manhood.
Might be critical.
Yeah. See, you've done all this shit going big. What if you,
Yeah.
turn into a
The
rodent?
dexterity bonus. Yeah, wait, do I have squirrel on here?
You people.
You've seen a squirrel. You can do
I
it.
can't even duel for like another 4 or 5 days.
Alright, Rosalind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something down on the ground and break it,
Should I use
and
the
we're gonna
stand
try
for
to do
harass?
mending.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Do you have
busy
mending as a cantrip?
working.
Okay.
Um,
And do you want to learn that as a cantrip?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's all shit.
Alright, so you guys are sitting... What kind of drinks are you drinking?
Mead.
Wine.
Wine?
Just one.
Okay. Alright, so girls are having wine talk. And it's like nighttime after the meeting, which we'll do some retconning on because I did some reading, but let's get this role play done. And we can retcon some verbose speeches given at a meeting as people are wont to do.
Well,
And girls are having wine talk, and Roslin's like, so I've been reading this book about learning magic, right?
And I just broke something. We should mend it.
Take a whack at it then.
Alright. Is that a D20 to rule, right?
Alright, so for how we're going to do this for the time being, you're charisma based as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you both are charisma based casters, so Ronnie, explain through your dragonborn, or no, it's wild magic. So explain through your kind of wild magic how you use charisma to like cast mending on something.
Oh my.
However well she explains it to you, and then you'll do an intelligence check, and then we're gonna do a check on that.
God. Okay.
So now Brony has to get in character. Dance, puppet, dance.
I know where you sleep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Why has it be artistic?
Is that supposed to be a threat?
Yes.
Because you're
Alright.
not around. Because
I'll
you'd
leave my
rather be
door
making
unlocked.
some kind of mithril armor.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. So basically, hair when you touch it, but like a broken chain link, only one link it fixes. Okay, and the break or the tear has to be no longer than 1 foot in any dimension.
So she's giving you the finer points on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you charm it back together? So describe how the wild magic, flows through your hippie bare feet, through
Just touch it with your pinky.
through the warmth of your body to your hand as you place it on it, or
Okay. Oh my.
Cleanse him.
And then you're somehow supposed to interpret that hippie wild magic into how you kind of like, oh, whistle while you work and put this shit back together, and it, you're just like sitting there whistling and it's like mended. Because that's the difference between a bard and a sorcerer right there. So, yeah.
So you have to feel the energy from the earth go up through your legs. She's all and you have to imagine it repairing at the same time when you touch it.
So is that how DNA works?
How would I know? I run around barefoot.
You're not necessarily like, you're swashbuckling sorcerer, actually.
Yeah, I know.
The ex-pirate, who still might have been barefoot on deck.
Probably.
Because hippies. Fucking hippies. Can pave the world or wear shoes. I wear shoes.
Boots.
If you think about it, everything comes from the earth. So
Whoa.
if you can imagine it being put back together, there you go.
Alright, so make an intelligence check. Just for fun.
18.
18. So you know that her method is not quite your method. But you do like kind of close your eyes and like imagine like mending a single break in your broken wine glass. And so you've got these two pieces of glass in your hand and you're like closing your eyes and you're trying to imagine like the magic coming up from the ground, like from the earth and flowing through your body, and you start getting bored and you start like doing whatever it is that dragons call music. So like what, throat singing or...
I have a flute.
You have a flute?
I do have a flute.
Okay. So... yeah. Maybe you like set the pieces down next to each other and like get up and like start playing your flute, and like because you touched them together and you're playing your flute, you come back like after like dancing around in a circle because you're like a little wine drunk hanging out with your girlfriend talking about magic, and you come back and like the pieces are put back together.
Did you do that? Oh.
Roll a charisma check.
18.
18, yeah. You mend it, but you don't know mending and you can't do it yet, but you're starting to get a feel for like, I think I might have magic in me.
That's cool.
Magic.
For those of you who are wondering, she wants to start multi-classing into Bard.
Yeah, well,
The evolving fighter.
Cross class.
that magic missile.
Getting some class.
You get it.
There's like some nasty spells, and like it's so much more. One of them misses. She can say, "I used my inspiration," and then she's still like, it's like just your bonus actions. Like I bonus action inspire myself, attack 8 times, and add a D10 to this mist. Yeah.
When you roll a D100 and she's struck by a meteorite.
It could happen.
But with my luck, it won't.
Tiamat farts, a cavern opens, you fall into it, it reseals itself, molten lava boils the flesh off your bones. I laugh, you cry.
I turn into a fire elemental?
Yeah.
Can I just like fly above it until I can't fly anymore?
No, cavern opens, you fall, and then it shuts immediately. I already got that one like solved.
I turn into an earth elemental?
So either you die of heat or you die of...
I open the cavern, he flies out.
Yeah. Meteors fall from heaven, you all die.
When did the last time a meteor killed a mighty reptile or two?
You believe in dinosaurs, you're so retarded.
Bet you I have a higher initiative than that meteor.
I bet you do.
I can't be surprised. It's 350 feet
We
wide.
teleport.
Yeah. Get out of that.
Bye.
Bye.
It's like, no. I cast Expeditious Retreat. No, that's only good for 180 feet. It's 350 feet wide. I already thought about that.
What if he's near the edge? Oh.
Which edge? There is no edge. It's gigantic.
Alright, fine.
It covers the face of the earth. Retcon. It's like way over here. You're here. Oh, it moved.
This is the end.
Alright, so as everything is deteriorated into garbage, you have 4 more days to kill while they make armor for Red. So you're at the Oasis.
I'm gonna go find a tattoo parlor since he couldn't.
Can I assist?
You can make a perception check. You're looking for people with tattoos.
Me or him?
Him.
Yes.
Sounds like a great idea. Let's go.
27.
27. You see people with tattoos. What do you do?
Well, they smell kind of funny, but I'd like to get a tattoo.
Okay. So I know you're looking for a specific type of tattoo. Have you looked up like what they cost and like what kind of gems you need, etc. and so forth?
Can't look him up with no internet.
Yeah, that's true.
You have a book, don't you?
No, the book isn't out yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Wait, are you getting the psionic tattoos?
Nope, even better.
So there's tattoos that if you have like an odd number for a stat, it's like 2,500 gold pieces worth of blah 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 gold gem or gem dust of said,
Yeah.
and it gives you that +1 so that you can even out your stat and get that plus. So, and like if you have a lot of money, you could cover some square footage and get that +2 if you're really desperate. And I agree that it's a worthwhile thing. It's like, oh yeah,
For like 2,400
poor
gems.
bard with an
Yeah.
only +3. You know, that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no connection. Can't find a tattoo artist.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, I have bars because
Whoa. I have bars and I can't get shit.
we'll see what I can do here, because that's actually how I looked up the price for like, oh, what's it cost for mithril to make?
Do leather workers' tools work for tattooing?
No.
He's leather.
I'm not leather.
You could be leather.
Could
This
be.
is my services.
Anyone could be.
I would certainly try.
Yes.
Garon.
Anyone except Giron could be leather. If you theoretically think about it.
I'm gonna toss an elbow into Garon's elbow.
You're not even near him. He's not even near us.
What?
We're not near him.
He's at the forge, man. Like, if you want to go and harass him,
Go for it.
but he's like at the forge, like making babies.
Absolutely. Oh, this again. 4 stinking days. We wait for this forgeman.
Could also just say, I wait 4 days.
I wait 4 days. I'm waiting.
Okay.
I can't get a tattoo. I can't connect.
Yeah. No internet.
Trying.
Yeah, I'm gonna try a little bit, and if I can't find it, then you can get regular tattoos, but magic tattoos are.
Nope. Not what we're here for.
Oh man, I could have
We
gotten
could
a
wreak
magic
havoc.
Bahamut Tiamat tattoo.
You just got a shitty normal tramp stamp. How much did you pay for that?
Go find a bar.
You wouldn't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Probably be about 7 silver.
Oh,
Yes.
that still kind of sucks.
Take about 4 hours.
It smells like heresy.
Heresy.
It feels like sodomy.
Speaking of sodomy, are there any brothels?
Only what?
There we
Yeah, can I
Bravo.
go destroy a
Dragonborn cities. So.
Nice, yeah.
Oh yeah, baby, you have a nice.
You want brick and mortar or
Red light only.
or like standing on the corner?
Brick. Nice.
Yeah, so you head to a brothel after asking around a little bit, and
For what?
Your brothel scene.
yeah, you looking for it or what?
Nah.
I want to try to find
Not gonna pull
a
up
beautiful, dark-skinned, dragonborn goddess with 3 titties.
Make a perception check. You're not gonna find out titties till
Is it
you've
more like 6?
gone a lot
or
farther.
How do they...
Because reptiles don't have mammary glands.
Oh, it's a lizard.
I'll just.
Well, dragons don't have mammary glands since they kind of like lay eggs. It might be something like how duckbill platypus do their milk. They have like a milk sheet, and their young.
That one.
I rolled in that one.
You can't even find a woman who wants to sell to put it out that matches your specifications.
I'll be sad.
Yeah.
I'll just walk out of the brothel.
What's Job even doing? He's been quiet.
I've been trying to kill some heretics for days now, but nobody says nothing about it. Just want to go find some heretics.
I'll make a perception check.
I'll go with you to find heretics.
Yeah, me too.
Spoilers, they're all heretics.
Exactly, so I just pick someone on the street and I smite them with the holy justice.
This will be entertaining. I should
That was an
fucking rolled
18.
it. Cleric's
It
looking
was
for
an
some
18.
violence.
I'm going with the plus.
Yeah,
Perception?
I'm gonna watch
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
I'll just
20.
hover above, spectating from the sky.
There are heretics literally everywhere.
Yes, I go find the strongest heretic and I smite him down.
I cast
Strongest
chain
is a
lightning?
big qualifier.
Yeah, the one that appears to be the most yoked out, fucking threatening. I want to go kill
So you see,
for heresy.
yeah. So I'm gonna get some stats going here real quick. But yeah, you see a like just yoked out Goliath with tattoos that you know to be to the god Cord. Cord. He is like sometimes called the Stormbringer or the Stormlord.
Here we are.
It's heresy all to me.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
He's okay.
But yeah, he's like covered in like lightning bolt tattoos. He has like a large hammer like tattooed on his chest.
All right, cast blessed shield, blessed shield
Shield
of faith.
Shield of Faith, homosexual.
The one that didn't get killed by Ricard years ago.
Oh, charging my fireball. No, I'm just kidding. Not fireball.
Yeah, I'm just watching this from the sky, enjoying it.
Yeah, we're watching.
Yeah, big
I'm just
metal
waiting
man.
to know if we have to
About
rescue
to
it
go
or
beat
not.
up this
Yeah.
ogre.
That's
What is
pretty
it?
much.
Goliath.
Is it a big thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna help him.
Okay.
We're all technically gonna help him, but
We're gonna get
We
some
both
mad
die.
heresy out of
Well,
this
okay,
world.
so there's a few rules here if you guys want to go about this in a way that would be considered honorable, and one of those things would be he may challenge him in single combat,
Oh.
and you guys could watch, or you guys could like
What?
completely attack him and all possibly be arrested and then seek medieval
And then we could
justice.
kill all those
in the way that I would
heretics.
love to wreak medieval justice on you, because you might actually be like, depending on how the court rules and stuff, you might end up like, being chained to a pig for 4 days. Or something. I mean, this is possibly the most amazing shit. Just say the word.
Word? Oh, I get
So
it
yeah,
now.
But yeah, you have the opportunity to go single combat. I'm trying to get, like, I wish I would have
Single
known this
combat's legal, right?
Yeah, single combat's legal. That's why I'm trying to get, like, my stupid thing here.
Wait,
But does
I
he have to
sheathed my
accept
D6.
the single combat?
so
You don't,
If
like, if you
each
specify it ahead of time,
punch
then you'd be breaking
at different times,
lawful good.
Is that still considered?
if you
one
violate
one
single combat.
combat?
Like, so you challenge him to
Because
single
only one
combat,
fist is
he agrees to single
connecting in the
combat,
face at a time.
you engage in single combat, then break that,
I roll a higher
then you'd be
initiative.
operating outside
He
of
goes
lawful
to strike
good.
him, I lightning bolt.
Nah, because heresy is heresy. You know, must be stopped.
Just taunt him. Yeah, he'll fall for that.
Are you this sort of disgusting, ruthless motherfucker where you have a code of honor, but it only applies to your type?
That's what
Go
they
ahead.
earlier.
I'm awful. I'm
So you don't-
awful
so you
good
don't-
for when it comes to
so you-
people.
so
of
you don't
Jesus.
believe- you
Like,
don't
and
believe
that's
in-
about it.
You don't believe in universal ethic?
I mean, as long as you follow Jesus, you're not a heretic.
So
So
anyone who doesn't is.
It's starting to
Exactly.
sound
See,
really good.
you're starting to sound like the type of people you want to smite using moral relativism.
no,
That's
wanna
my
smite
problem
those
with-
who aren't Jesus.
I understand that, but if you
What's
make an
moral
agreement with somebody, do you or do you not follow it? Like, is it fair? Like, if a bunch of heretics came up on you and they thought they were doing good and they murdered you in a, like, gangbang and they, like, rape you to death,
Death like among us.
are you
Like a bug.
are you or are you not being in their mind?
Are we
Like,
taking a
Yeah,
smoke
we're
break?
taking a
Yeah,
break.
make
I wanna
make
see
an
this.
intelligence check because you really piss me off sometimes.
What?
It's starting to sound chaotic.
Dude,
good,
I
bro.
just want to go.
He's
end
not even
some
chaotic
heresy.
good. He's fucking chaotic evil.
Exactly. No, I'm
Like,
I'm
and Jesus
actually
is going to
lawful
fucking
good,
abandon you, and
whatever.
you're going to lose all your magical items and all your gold. Like,
I just got a 18.
yeah. So you understand moral relativism, and you operate in it on a regular basis, and feel convicted. Fuck, dude.
Nah, dude, I need to go smite some heretics.
Absolutely, but how are you going to do so? I'm asking you. You see this giant Goliath? Are you going to fucking?
I say,
like,
let's
gangbang
go,
him?
heretic! Your god is dead, and I, challenge him to a duel.
I'm asking you.
Let's go.
Tell him his god's a little bitch.
So I'm gonna try and get this shit to load, and then he's gonna fucking stomp your ass to death.
Oh, wait,
You can
he's
do
a
it.
heretic.
I believe in you.
Alright, let's get some upbeat combat music. Roll initiative. Anybody who's gonna get involved at all, even if you're not sure if you're gonna get involved, roll initiative, please.
18. No, that's 18.
What is it?
Alright, so you will wait a full round if you're gonna get involved beyond this point. So you say, I wanna. You wait a full round before you get to
It
jump
was
in.
clear I already had Cassie's shield.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you definitely did. So what is your AC? Are you buffing him while you're making armor?
It's not an active thing. I can just have four infusions active at a time.
Okay, so is he infused?
Yeah, because I never said that I dropped it. So the 4 infusions are the 3 repulsion shields and my repeating musket.
Okay, so your AC is what now?
25.
Ouch.
Alright, I'm fucking rolling initiative. I'm getting in. Yeah, I like that. 16.
Alright.
Mithril works so easily with an adamant hammer.
Well, I didn't ask for adamant then.
Alright.
Probably. We're working up to it.
So what all did you want to do? You cast Shield of Faith on yourself. You see this heretic covered in tattoos, which you interpret to be devoted to the god Kor.
Have we already engaged?
You haven't talked to him at all.
Haven't even talked to him.
You've cast Shield of Faith on yourself. You've identified a heretic.
Okay. I go up to this heretic and I say, "You damn heretic, me and you, let's go right now." And I smash my hammer by my shield.
He takes a defensive stance and says, "Heretic to whom?"
Heretic to Jesus. Unless he believes in Jesus. Of course.
Who is your Jesus?
One
I might
true
be covered
God.
in tattoos to cord, but I now follow Bahamut.
It's the one true God.
God.
Jesus. Yeah, Bahamut. Fucking smash this motherfucker.
Okay, so attack with disadvantage.
Alright.
Clearly
6
didn't take my
plus-
advice.
6, so 12.
12. Okay, you miss. Alright, so we're now going to go to the top of the round, and he has the higher initiative. I gave you a surprise round, but he saw your aggression and went into patient defense, and I'll give you that as a clue as to what he is. 27 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. One more of these.
So you rolled higher initiative.
Yes. Alright, and that's 14 damage.
What's he getting hit?
It's bludgeoning.
Okay.
And you're gonna -3 because you're a heavy weapons master.
Yeah.
Alright, and he's going to attack again. And he's going to follow that with a flurry of blows, which will be 2 more attacks. So he's going to attack you a total of 23 to hit.
Nope.
Alright, and quickly followed by a flurry of blows. 18 to hit,
No.
12 to hit.
No.
Alright, and that ends his turn. It's your turn.
I'm gonna use Divine Intervention.
Okay. And what do you want Jesus to do for you?
Jesus, I want you to prove to this heretic that you are the one true God. You must be praised. Praise him. 6. Yeah, like double zeros.
006. Wow. Okay. And I have to look up. I have to look up the spell, but yeah, I've got a good one for you. I've probably got this book on top of it. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. You're gonna love this. It's an answer to your prayer.
Yes.
And I get my way also.
Nice job.
Wow. I'm pretty good at these better machines, guys. I'll be honest.
Good job, Lloyd.
I feel like it's very unlikely to get like 3 semi in a row.
Wait, you succeeded on that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had to.
All right, so
No, it's I get 1 to 12.
because I'm your God Emperor
Bottom
DM,
12%.
I even have the badge to prove
Based on
it.
your level.
The God Emperor DM says, this is what happens. A shimmering barrier extends out from the monk Goliath, who you didn't even get his name. The monk Goliath, a 10-foot radius anti-life shell extends from around him. The barrier prevents any effects from passing or reaching through. An affected creature can cast spells and make attacks and weapons attacks through the barrier. It moves with them. And so yeah, pretty much nothing negative will penetrate through this, but he can attack you through it.
So you're saying
You just buffed him.
Jesus couldn't do shit to this motherfucker?
No, I'm saying Jesus has chosen
just
to
did.
protect this person.
From you.
He's a goddamn monk, Job.
I cast heal.
Knows that your god isn't false now.
But it only proves that you're wrong.
Knows that I'm not wrong.
Because he wouldn't protect a heretic if he was wrong.
Apparently you were wrong.
Now's the time to convert him.
You
No,
need to
this
check
is-
yourself.
All right, Tar, it's your turn.
Who has anyone lost hit points?
I've lost hit points.
He got sucked in the fucking face.
Wait, so I don't get any
By
other
what?
action? I don't
Well,
get my
that's your
bonus
action. Like
I don't
you
get my
can
bonus
you can
action.
move or bonus action.
He got punched in the face.
Yeah.
I hold my action.
Okay. Yeah. You're top of the round. All
I
right.
feel like
So he's going
common
to
theme
take his bonus action and take patient defense again because he's unaware that he has anti-life shell on the outside of him.
Nice.
Like you know something happened because you essentially cast a shimmering barrier against yourself on this innocent monk who was walking down the street.
This heretic walking down the street.
Yeah, you can interpret it as you please, but he's minding his own business. You identify his tattoos. It's like attacking a juggalo walking down the street.
That's awesome.
It's like somebody's wearing clown makeup and carrying a crowbar. He hasn't hit you yet. It's none of your fucking business.
Yeah, they got morals, alright?
Intervention's not supposed to fuck me.
you rolled a 6.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a
That's good.
success.
That's great.
That's a success.
That's amazing.
But it did exactly what you asked for.
No, it's not half a success. It's a full success.
That's a full success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
He's
had a
he's
full
gonna know that your god is real when you can't like destroy
That's
him
all
with
you
whatever
asked.
you cast.
No, it's so
You wanted him
bullshit.
to know that.
All right, so you have a bonus
Yahweh
action
was
and
real.
movement.
Dude, I just
Jesus?
fucking, I'm out. I just
Jehovah?
quit. I leave. I'm done. Walk away.
I was thinking you were gonna like do like holy hellfire on top of him, and then like it's like see the power of Jesus protected you even from that.
Yeah, I'm done. I leave.
You
Take off
can
my
you
armor.
can charisma check his ass. He has the power of Jesus.
You gotta convert him, man. You gotta believe.
Nah.
That's too bad. I'm sorry.
You gotta give him that religious deep dicking.
All right. So
Days pass.
I'm okay.
that Goliath like kind of walks on by. You take off your armor and walk away. Tar.
I'm dumbfounded. I was ready to rain some holy hellfire. Or heal. Or,
Prepared to intervene, but you did not.
I mean, I believe in Arian's
I believe
God.
in God.
I believe in God.
All right. So yeah, days go by. Anything anybody else wants to do?
So now that I am done with this suit of armor that I honestly kind of botched, and you just see like the shiniest suit of armor that you've ever fucking seen. There's like filigree all over it, and it's just like
Botched?
in every way that you can tell, just fucking perfect. Well, it's certainly not my best work.
It's definitely not his best work. Like
What?
anybody who knows his work, like if you've seen the helm, you know that
I've
is
seen
not
the
his best
helm.
work. The helm looks like gold, like
So
straight up gold.
What did you
There's
learn
22
at
karat
the
gold on
meeting?
that helm. Straight up. What did I need?
What did you learn at the meeting?
I learned of the presence of, what's your god? Yahweh?
Dude, I'm gone. I'm not with you guys anymore. I left. I was disgraced
Jesus has failed us.
with this with this whole useless religion. I'm done.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known that he had anti-life shell.
You want to go pick up his armor?
I know that I witnessed nothing then after he was praying.
So what you would have witnessed is you would have witnessed he got punched in the face after like challenging this person, and then he prayed, and then he got up and walked away, and then this Goliath walked away.
It just went.
I saw a stalemate. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, like in all your days, you've never seen somebody like get punched in the face and then like strip themselves and walk away.
We should pick up his stuff at least.
I think he took his armor.
He said he just.
Dropped everything, dude.
Did you leave the helmet on?
Took the helmet off, took my underwear off, and just fucking gone. Naked. I got no items, no possessions, nothing.
Make a perception check.
I put all that in the haversack and I toss a buffalo pelt over Job here.
17.
You
Would
see a
that,
place where you can get clothes
Hey,
and
Will.
like.
Would
I
that
walk
helmet,
Okay. You
Yeah,
see.
Dragonborn paladin?
You see a path that leads towards the oasis.
Deep into the desert.
You walk past the oasis and you can see like night sky and no curve and like just desert in front of you.
Cool. Go just deep into the desert
I beast form into
How
a
far
wind
do you walk?
elemental.
till I die.
You're like living out the story of Job right now. There we go.
Broken man. Everything I've ever known and loved just turned against me, and I'm just done. Quit.
Tar as a wind elemental is
Lost
just
all
like
hope.
Your butt cheeks go.
Just keep going.
I cast heal.
Can't heal my broken spirit.
You can't heal his ego,
You
man.
need a greater restoration.
I retrieve an anal bead.
Oh, that was a necklace.
Whoa! Whoa.
I hate you guys so much.
Well, you know, like deer kind of drop those little pellets. It's kind of like that.
How do you know which one is gonna come out?
You just have to believe.
I hope this is the one for healing.
Oh, wind walking.
Yo, but for real though, if that helmet can fit a dragonborn and I get that size, I can, and I have wings.
We've got horns, mate.
I can give you guys piggyback rides
It
wherever
was
you
made
want.
for
A dwarf.
human.
Yeah.
A dwarf.
So
Yeah,
nice.
you all know that as a magical
Nobody
item,
saw-
it kind
nobody
of fits
saw it
the
drop.
wearer.
I picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't be a normal sized dwarf.
Well, see, that's the weird thing is you would still be a large dwarf.
Oh, it turns you large.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
turns you large.
So you'd be this much taller.
I'd be like twice my size.
Yeah, so you'd be like 4 times as heavy and like 7 feet tall.
Shit.
Nice.
Alright, well, and you're saying it only fits the wearer?
Yeah, like generally speaking, magical items fit the wearer.
Okay.
So it's like if a gnome were to pick up a Goliath's helm, in theory, the gnome would like heft it, and by the time it was like over their ears, it would start to like fit because magic.
So it would fit?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
cool.
what I said.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, like if that situation were ever to arise, like again, example, like still a medium character or even a large character, they take their helm off. Small character or medium character could put it on. You know, it's like your pro-fit hat would never fit me, but if it was magic, it would.
Whoa. Gotcha. Okay, that's pretty. I get you now.
Yeah, it's like I wear like a 7 3/4. You wear 8 1/2. You know, it just fits me. It's just amazing.
Cool.
But even in the extremes,
I'll just.
because his helm was actually for a medium character, but when he puts it on, it makes his helm and everything large.
Once you're done lamenting, it'll be waiting for you.
It's in my pouch.
For now.
You have
Nobody
no
even
idea.
knows. Nobody even knows. He just comes back by himself.
Oh damn. Okay.
Or with Rosalind. Were you there too?
I was watching. I didn't join in.
Yeah.
What can we do about Joe?
He's
We let him
heartbroken.
figure
I
it
broke his
out.
heart. I did a great job then though. I got him invested
No.
and got an
He
emotional
could've
reaction.
died.
Job's just walking till he's dead, man. Like, there's no coming back for Job. He
Yeah.
ain't come
I
back.
got an emotional reaction. I you know, I wasn't necessarily
Job was
seeking
trying to do everything he thought was right, and bam, heartbroken, betrayed by God himself, man.
attacking
Fucking-
lawful
Lesson-
good creatures in the
lesson
streets.
Dude, I don't
Even
give a fuck.
Cord
They
is a
call
good
themselves
god.
lawful whatever. I don't care. They're heretics and they need to die.
You're amazing.
They're all evil to Dwight. And the Job.
Joe.
Like in this universe, there is no moral relativism. Like good is good and evil is evil, and there's a pantheon of gods. But I understand your
Yeah, but maybe Job's just a little fucking crazy and he made up his own god. It's like, hey.
Yeah.
He's
Now,
the one and
see,
only God. All your gods are a lie.
discuss that? Like, there's an archfey with your name on it, or an archfiend with your name on it.
We got a duel before you go there.
Oh, do we?
Mm-hmm.
It's too late.
His name is Jesus. He's the
People pick up
archfiend.
their dice before he
You
said
know,
we're
it's
done.
like yeah. But no, this is a great time. If you
Just roll initiative. I got a 21.
yeah.
All right. Oh, I can't beat that.
Okay, I
13.
leave.
You leave.
Yeah.
I cast hold person.
You didn't.
You just teleport away.
He
Yeah.
can't be surprised. It's stupid and broken.
Literally can't.
It's-
Not a
it's a
surprise.
feat.
It's
It's a
not a
feat.
surprise if you choose to duel, dumbass.
No, I had a.
Did you choose to duel?
He said.
All right,
It
then
was
let
a duel.
Jimbo
No.
finish.
Well, that's the thing. He chose to duel. He rolls initiative. He rolls the high end. He has the same movement speed. He leaves before he even gets the
So
spell
that's
off.
not a duel.
Yeah. I
So
default.
both of
No.
you guys
He's-
shut up and let him finish.
Me?
Giron ran away.
Yeah. He did teleported or whatever.
This
You-
was
It's not a
in
duel, and
yeah,
you're
no,
wasting
it
time.
doesn't-
Pretty cute.
Yeah, there's
He's backing up.
a
So.
fair amount of time wasting.
Which is my point.
All
Because you're
right.
packing up before he said we're done.
Well, we
And you guys are
can.
choosing to duel or not.
You guys can go for it.
No, I just said
No,
before he
I
goes.
wasn't actually gonna
Yeah.
fucking do it because
All right. So we've enchanted some armor. We've had some stuff. Some time has gone by.
I can.
yeah.
Rosalind and I were going to catch up some more, and whoever was at the meeting about some lore that I need to refresh on my page here. So of course they want to interview Macath the Crimson and the time while you guys were making armor and doing whatnot.
For 5 fucking days.
Was plenty of time for them to debrief Macath, and she explained everything she knew, and I'm asking you guys, since you guys were carrying the majority of the scrolls and whatnot, do you give it all up? Do you try and investigate any of it?
I'm not going to give up any of it. I read the scrolls.
Well, so that takes an epic shit ton of time.
I had 5 fucking days. I
It
looked
takes.
at my map for a day.
So she had most of these scrolls and stuff for years, and they weren't all like some of it was in Ice Toad, because they were out in the front like scribing and transcribing from like ancient tongues and whatnot.
The spells, or is this something else?
This is something else.
So
This
that
is like a
this
history.
is like the spell scrolls are yours,
Oh,
but there's like
I have
a
the
bunch
lore
of
written
other
down.
scrolls like lore and whatnot Like, are you giving that up? Like, the magic spell scrolls that I gave to you are, like, completely separate. That was, like...
I'd say
don't
I'd
care
say we
about
should
it.
give them to the arcane.
Okay.
people.
Right. Like, and I'm just saying, like, if you were going to, like, make any deception checks or whatever, trying to hold any of that back, I was going to give you the opportunity to hold some of it back.
No.
This is your last chance.
No.
Okay. All right, so you guys give up all the stuff, all the scrolls that belong to the Arcane Brotherhood, and all the additional research, shit written in Ice Toad, and...
Under one condition that if they find out new information, they tell us as well.
And that's definitely, you guys have ingratiated yourselves pretty high into society on your fair continent, at least the part of it that you've explored, and the powers that you know exist. Like, the Detachment has become a group of renown, and Sergeant Rosslyn is known fairly widely and fairly well. Anyway, your exploits have become well noted, and you have ingratiated yourselves with a group of people, which I'll give you a longer list later, but you guys have, like... Sorry, I lost my page. So yeah, you know that there's the five dragon masks, and something that McCath was sharing is that there is a person who is known to have a mask, and they may be to the west. Last McCath heard, Verum has the white dragon mask, and there is another individual. I know the name somewhere.
What was the direction again?
To the west.
Thank you.
And then, forgive the cliche, but Severin has the red dragon mask, and that very well may also be to the west. McCath was saying she heard something about it when she was seeking the Drakhorn, and it was taken by the dragon cult. And there was like infighting among the cultists who came and retrieved it, as they were like fighting over who they should bring the Drakhorn back to.
Okay.
And that's, yeah, like, so there can be exploration. I'm prepared to send you guys west. You guys can go back to Tomendale. What would you all like to do? Or yeah, you could go east and, perhaps explore and see if there's a firmament out there.
So you know where two of them are?
I know where two of the masks may be, which direction, but I don't know where. Just further west.
Where does your goblet
East to the other dragon. Yeah,
Or,
to the
I'm
east.
sorry, I said west, I meant east.
East.
The masks are east, and I apologize. The masks are east, and the goblet is pointing east as well. The two known. I apologize.
Okay. Not needed. So we should go east.
But yeah,
That's if Giron doesn't have a say in it.
I mean,
Go
like, if
east.
you want to go east, yeah,
Okay.
go east.
Alright, how do you guys want to travel? You can take your ship. Bigger ships are faster sometimes. Got bunches of gold. You can still find a tattoo parlor.
Should we take our ship?
Our ship is in Orphan.
Okay.
Charter ship. Alright. So you guys make your way down to a dock. Do you know where specifically you want to travel? I guess you'd have to make like a history check, and I have to come up with a city.
It's a natural 20.
Of course it is. So yeah.
Oh, 21.
So yeah, you you know of a ancient city to the east. Is called Detachment, and you go asking around, and you get a lot of no's until somebody says, "Oh, you mean like, you know, on the continent over to the east?" And you're like, "Yeah, I guess so. Like, I want to go east, and that's as far east as I know." And they're like, "Yeah, that's like another continent over from here."
Okay.
And they say, "Yeah, you know, like there's ships going to cities on the east coast over there."
How much would you charge?
Well, I don't actually know. I'm not a captain, but you want to find one of the bigger boats over there, and they're trade ships. You might, you know, find yourself work on an empty, or find yourself passage on a full, depending on, you know, what you want to pay. You pay less, or possibly get paid if you go on an empty. Pay a lot or a little if you go on a full.
What do you think, Tom?
We have the money for both.
Yeah. Alright, we'll go over there.
So you guys find your way up the dock. Now you know, like, you want to go to the continent over there, and I need to find a continent name, I guess.
Continents.
Gray Skull Cove.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, let's do it. Gray Skull Cove. 'Cause why not? And you find passage, and they say it's going to take about a week with fair winds. And it'll be like 7 gold per person to go. And that includes, you know, meals and shared quarters. So it's not going to be super comfy. It's not like a cruise liner. It's going to be just cramped quarters to save space.
We all have gold.
Yep.
49 gold per person. Or with all everyone.
Yeah, so 7 gold each. So
that's 49.
Yep.
I just hand him over 49 in general.
I'm just gonna hand you 7 back then.
all right. And Job is in the desert.
Job is in the desert.
Is there anything you want to do in the desert?
Keep walking.
Have you slept, stopped and eaten any of your rations or anything like that?
Nope.
So you're going to take 1 point of exhaustion. And without your armor, according to your own religious code, you don't have the ability to cast restoration on yourself.
I'm not going
Okay.
Are you gonna make a whole new character then?
He wants to die. I think he wants to be a bard. But I don't know.
I was gonna cast healing, but away he went.
Yeah. Alright, do you want to do like any survival checks or anything like that? Do you really just want to die?
just wanna keep walking.
That's so
Die.
sad. You're not going to commit suicide?
Nope.
Just walk into the desert naked and die?
And just until I collapse.
That
Can't
makes
keep
me sad.
going.
Alright. And I would... what's your constitution?
14.
Okay, so that's a +2. Alright, so basically you walk for like 2 days straight, taking 3 points of exhaustion, and you finally collapse from a mixture of heat stroke and thirst, and you didn't even want to make your survival saving throws,
Yeah, I just gave up.
so you just gave up and you
Nothing to
died.
live for.
And right before your soul goes to be with Jesus, you feel like a small cloud like break and rain over your exhausted, dehydrated body, and you know that those are like the tears of Jesus weeping for their lost child. And the celestials greet you as your soul exits your body, as that cloud parts that just rained on your withered body. And your soul is accepted into your heaven. What does it look like?
Something like this.
I reject it. I want to go straight to hell, damn it. Fuck that.
You really want to go to hell?
Want to go straight to hell.
The celestials release you.
Alright.
And you fall through that same opening. You fall for a short moment. Your soul like hits your body, and then you continue falling. Your body gasps its last breath, exhales, and your corpse shits and pisses itself, and your soul falls straight to hell.
Here you go, bud.
Very detailed.
Does that grab you?
Awesome. Hopefully I'm just being tortured the whole time.
You're mostly just like writhing with the general masses in the river Styx.
Awesome. Is there like a thing of lava I can just jump into and just like forever
River
burn?
Styx runs through many places. Your final destination as essentially a traitor to your faith, you're probably just going to end up somewhere in the general nine hells, and you'll end up being like one of those they're like these writhing masses of flesh and organ, and they're not like even human.
Awesome.
Like
So
a
it's gonna be
like a lemur.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll end up being like a lemur.
Cool.
Yeah.
And they'll be surrounded by heretics.
That'll be like, yeah, and that'll be like in a couple hundred years. But for a while, you're just gonna drift in the river Styx with the writhing masses, kind of a purgatory.
Great.
Yeah. And that's too bad.
It's a good thing.
I'm sorry, Joe.
10,000 times.
You can totally like make a new character, or you can come back and we'll do a reincarnation. And you might just come back as a different race.
That's true.
Maybe you'll come back as like a dragonborn and like totally be into being a paladin for Bahamut, or be anything else and anyone else.
I have to think about it.
But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to have like a chaotic evil, like an actual, you got to understand, like, on the good and bad scale, it's like you can consider someone an apostate and still not smite them in the streets where law and order preside. Like, because true law and true good would follow the laws of the land, and attacking people openly in the streets would still be evil regardless of how evil that person is. Like, you're not stopping them from committing evil.
There's no Jesus in that. There are godless people, in my opinion.
Which again, like, because there's not like a gigantic following and like this huge lore that you have not given me. There's not this huge lore for me to follow, and there's not like a bunch of followers of Jesus and temples to Jesus and whatnot. Like, if you wanted to do like an archdevil or an archfey that you paid allegiance to that granted you clerical powers, like, and so it's like more occultist, and it's like, oh, you're a radical occultist. So you think you're good, you think you're evil, so you can do this chaotic fucking nonsense, and it still won't necessarily be considered evil in your eyes, but it's like, oh, it's this chaotic fucking nonsense. But like, to be proclaimed lawful good, and then to attack people openly in the streets, and then have an actual God that abides by that, like that's just not lawful and that's not good. Like, you know, it's like it isn't. I don't know. So, like, when you said, yes, prove your power, it's like, oh yeah, he proved his power. He's going to protect you from being...
fucking me in the asshole.
He's going to protect you from being attacked openly in the streets for walking down the street, minding your own business.
Fucking wouldn't do that if I didn't divine intervention.
So yeah, like, I'm down for that. So you're going to worship an archdevil or an archfey.
Yeah, Jesus is actually
worship an archdevil.
Yeah, and then Jesus is actually a demon.
No, I want to worship God.
Like, yeah, I mean, you'd probably do a lot better, like, as a trickster. So, like, what's his name? Melchizedek or some shit like that, you know, like, Melkor. I have a tongue to Melkor. Melecheth. Baphomet. Like, any one of them would be fine. Walk down the street and attack whoever the fuck you want. That's what I'm trying to say. Lawful evil or something? Or chaotic evil? Yeah, trans, man, trans. That's right. Booby Benedict.